From Williams Stadium, a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Garland ISD football here on GRS TV. I'm Scott Powell, along with Bobby George, your usual announcers on Thursday night. We're glad you're with us. We got an interesting matchup tonight. We've got the undefeated Naaman Forest Rangers at 5-0 on the season, 1-0 in district. They opened with a 49-0 win over Garland. They'll take on the North Garland Raiders, who are 1-4 on the year and 0-1 in district. They opened with a 42-17 loss to Rowlett. And Bobby, North Garland's improved quite a bit offensively this year, which I think gives them a chance in this game, but defense is one of Naaman Forest's strengths, so I think that's going to be an interesting matchup tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Let's see, North Garland's putting up 348 yards a game. That is crazy good. And but the problem with it is that the other teams are putting up 424 yards on them, so their defense isn't as strong. They have a great offense, putting up 27 points a game, but Naaman Forest, now the thing is, they are only giving up 5 to 6 yards per 6 points per game. I mean, they've been outstanding so far. They've won 20-14 against Richardson Berkner. They've won 21-0 against Grand Prairie, 28-6 against Sherman, and 49-0 last week against Garland. So nobody's scoring on North Garland right now.
And North Garland will take the opening kickoff. They are in dark. They've got the black tops and the black pants with the red trim and the black and red helmets. Kickoff taken at the 25 and returned, a short return, and down to about the 39-yard line, although pretty good field position for the Raiders on their opening set tonight.
I tell you, you know what's going to be interesting tonight with North Garland is that when you look down at their roster, there are 16 sophomores on the North Garland team. I mean, that's amazing. And so, as this team grows, boy, that group of kids is going to be something to reckon with by the time they're a big senior class.
Behind quarterback John Aguilera, North Garland 5th in the Metroplex in passing, 223 a game, 14th in total offense at 348. Much improved numbers there. Here's a handoff, a little inside end around, but stopped for no gain on the carry was Cameron Barrett. And good job there of staying home on that right defensive end by Donovan Lee to make the tackle.
Yeah, there you go. See? Here he comes around the left side. Boom! Just takes him down, just stays there. And that's why you see how good Naaman Forest has been all year on defense. Just great job staying on that end and containing it.
Interesting first play call. North Garland averaging 30 passes a game behind Aguilera. 10 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions on the year as he rolls right, fires a short completion. Turning and trying to turn it up the sideline is Jason Looper. He'll be caught short of the first down, but just a couple of yards short at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, they're not. They aren't scared to throw the ball. They've done it 149 times, so he's used to getting out there and rolling out. Makes a beautiful throw on the roll out. Man, just beautiful out there, right on the money.
3rd down and 2 at the 48-yard line. Looper, the top receiver, with 30 catches, 472 yards, and 15 a catch. 3 receivers set, including a wingback, the lone back Taylor. Taylor takes the handoff, cuts it outside, does find enough for the first down, and spins for more to the 44-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for North Garland.
Yeah, it looks like that Naaman Forest is going man up, straight man up. So there's basically one safety over the top, and the rest of the guys are 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. So they must really trust these guys out here on the edge.
1st and 10, North Garland. In Naaman Forest territory. Another handout. Taylor tried to cut it outside again to the short side of the field, and he was chopped down.
That was beautiful.
Quickly by Bose. That's Jordan Bose of Naaman Forest.
Yeah, the junior linebacker right there. I mean, he gets through there. He reads it quick. Watches those guards, knows where they're going. As soon as that ball is handed off, he is streaking up that side, up that gap right there, taking them down.
Rankings in the Metroplex, Naaman Forest defensively, 2nd in scoring, 7th against the rush, 9th against the pass, and 6th overall. They are very good on that side of the football. Right now, North Garland on a pretty good march here on their opening possession. Aguilera, plenty of time to throw, but it closes down after he sat in the pocket and just tried to deliver a short out pass. Incomplete, intended for Cameron Barrett. He had time initially from his offensive line.
Yeah, but I was watching that outside linebacker, Sheldon Melito, and he bumps the inside receiver and then lets him go, and then he's watched enough film that he knew exactly where the slot receiver was going, which did a 5 and out, and he let his guy go and just jumped on there on the slot receiver, and it was just a beautiful play by somebody that's been scouting that offense.
3rd and 10, probably 4-down territory at the Naaman 45. 3 receivers set to the right. That's the wide side. Aguilera going to drop off a middle screen, incomplete. A little bit too high for the intended receiver. That was Cameron Barrett. Looked like they had it set up nicely, just not a good pass.
Well, they had it set up nicely, except the defensive ends came through so fast he had to get rid of it before he was ready to.
And it looks like they're going to punt this ball away, even though they're in Naaman Forest territory on 4th and 10.
He's just basically throwing that one away. He did not have enough time to get there. And his receiver that he was going to throw to, the linebacker, just took him out right at the line of scrimmage.
Carlos Videz, the punter, gets his foot into it, end over end line drive, and stumbling on the catch was McCartney, but he's got a nice return to the far side.
There's nobody over there.
Yeah, he's got
that's
going to
come back.
We got an illegal block.
Yeah.
Even though McCartney's still going, he may go all the way, and yes, he does. He breaks a tackle at the 12, but this should all come back and be a penalty against Naaman Forest. Nice return, though, by McCartney. Wow, showed a lot of athleticism there.
Yeah, I mean, and the special teams on Naaman Forest, they set up the perfect lane for him to get down the sideline. I mean, that was a complete setup that they had planned out. All the guys went over there and created a wall right across the yard markers. And as he comes through there, he's only got one guy to beat, which is the kicker. And you got to go ahead and let your guy beat that guy. You got to let your runner return that without that clipping in the back. I mean, that was just senseless right there.
It'll be a 15-yard walk-off. Naaman Forest takes the field offensively. They're pretty good on that side of the ball, averaging 33 points. 9th best in the Metroplex. Their 2nd best rushing team among 6A teams at 280 a ball game, and they're 7th in total offense. And they're going against a North Garland defense that has struggled, giving up 39 points a game and 424 yards. That is not a favorable matchup for North Garland. 1st and 10. Thomas Gutierrez, the quarterback, turns and gives to Tyreek Thomas, who is stacked up for no gain. Make that Tyreek James, excuse me, as he ran into a wall of Raiders. They'll give him a yard to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, just a straight handoff, and North Garland, man, they just plugged it up really nice. Just a good job right there of filling in, not letting anything get through that middle.
2nd down and 9 coming. Glad you're with us tonight from Williams Stadium. Week 2 of the district season. Naaman Forest looking to stay undefeated in district and for the season at 5-0. They are a contender in this district. Play action fake. Gutierrez going to go deep down the far side. Open receiver, but incomplete. As he could not hit the receiver in full stride. It was wide open, and that's Jalen Dickerson.
Well, I tell you, it was a great play development right there. 2 receivers running straight down the sideline. One breaks off to the post, and one takes it still stays on the sideline, and it makes that corner have to make a choice on which one to cover. Boy, they had him right there.
Jason Looper was closing in a hurry, but that might have gone the distance with a better pass. Tight formation except for one receiver to the left here on 3rd down and 9. Naaman needs a 1st down, and they'll have to punt it. Misdirection, handoff, and a lot of running room to the midfield. 3 down the sideline, but he'll be knocked out at the 35 of North Garland, and that was Donovan Lee on the little misdirection handoff.
Yeah, that's the same play. We used to have Thomas Gutierrez was a quarterback on our team in the Little League, and I tell you, we ran that same exact play. You take that slot receiver and let him run underneath it, get everybody going one direction, and he goes back the other, and it just worked beautiful the same way. You just get the defense not knowing exactly where the ball's at.
37 yards for Lee, and then on 1st down, James with a 1st down run over right guard to the 19, and that's a quick 16 for Tyreek James. And Naaman Forest on the move here on a drive that started back at their 27-yard line. Looking to put the first points on the board. We're scoreless, 8:20 left first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they put up almost 400 yards a game, so they can move the ball. They also put 33 points per game up as well. So, they love that end zone. They can get there in a hurry.
They can pass it pretty well. They just don't do it often, only averaging 9 passes a ball game. They run it so well they don't need to. Spin handoff. James with some running room inside the 15, and he'll be tackled from the side about the 13-yard line.
11 Vitas.
Gain of 6.
Well, you got to look at these big linemen that they've got. Big number 79 right there. Roger Davis, Janelle, he's a junior. Boy, leading the way. These guys are some big guys up at that front 4.
Nice tackle by Vitas, the punter, in the open field. It is a gain of 6. Second and a short 3, or a long 3, short 4 at the 13-yard line. Rangers ready to go. They've only got 6 left on the play clock. Gutierrez, though, gets it off in time. Quick toss sweep.
Oh, that's in the end zone right there.
Open running room. That's Jalen Stokes. Touchdown, Naaman Forest. They blocked it well. Just a simple toss sweep. Stokes went untouched.
Just a nice job right there. They get to the outside. Look at these linemen just mashing people. And there's just nobody out there containing the outside.
2-minute, 29-second drive that went 63 yards in 6 plays to open the game for Naaman Forest on their first possession. Extra point attempt is up. Looks good by Roque, Eric Roque, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 7-11. Sounds like a place to go shopping. Left in our first quarter. Naaman Forest 7, North Garland nothing on GRS TV.
Being energy efficient is
As you see, Naaman Forest in all white tonight will kick it off after a 7-0 lead they just grabbed. And there's the man who grabbed the lead on this 13-yard run. That's Jalen Stokes, and the extra point was good.
Yeah, that was just a really nice drive. They had a little misdirection. They went deep. Even though the ball wasn't completed, it still backs those safeties and corners up a little bit, so you have to respect it. And then they just go ahead and run off of that. They know that the defense is man-to-man, so the receivers run the guys way down the field, and then Stokes just takes it to the outside, and nobody can see him over there because they're running with the receiver. So he's just a great drive, good play selection. They just drove it straight down the field and put some points on the board.
Raphael Ellis covered the short kickoff, and here come the Raiders for their second possession. They picked up a first down on their first possession, went from their 40 to the 45 of Naaman Forest before punting it away. John Aguilera, again one of the top passers in the area, continues to quarterback the Raiders. Looks over a 4-man front. He'll hand off to his fullback on the dive right up the middle for a short gain of 1. As Naaman doing a good job against the run so far. That's their leading rusher, Trey Taylor, who came in with 354 yards before this one.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore, 5'8", 140 pounds. He's going up against some big linemen that can really slam the 140-pound running back down.
Average of no yards on 3 first down plays so far for the Raiders. Quick out pass is caught, but for short yardage on the completion, Cameron Barrett, but he's down at the 40 for just a gain of 1. 3rd and long coming.
Yeah, Negrin right there, dude, he just comes off of that block so fast, breaks through the receivers blocking him, and does a great job. And I tell you, this Naaman Forest team, their defensive backs, they've got a lot of confidence in them. As much as, they throw the ball over here, they're still just going man-to-man on them with just one safety over the top.
3rd and 8, North Garland. Aguilera rolls right, fires. Did he get a foot down on the reception?
Oh.
Yes, he did. What a catch by Jason Looper, and that gives North Garland a first down. Gain of 10 on 3rd down.
How did he get his feet in the... He just goes airborne.
I'm not sure he did. Let's see the replay.
I just didn't see
Wow,
it.
I still don't see it on the
Oh,
read.
yeah, he did. He
Oh,
got
yeah.
that right foot
Tippy
in there.
toe.
Man, that's
tippy
beautiful.
toe. Oh, my goodness. That's as close as it gets.
Woo!
Great job by our cameraman down there on the sideline to get that shot for you. And then on first down, Taylor is dropped for a loss of 4 back to the 46. Obviously, North Garland's not going to be able to run the ball tonight, so they ought to concentrate on passing it while they can.
So that's Adrian Brown coming in on the tackle right there. Again, another sophomore.
Naaman is really good against the run, as they've been all year, and especially tonight. 3 receivers out to the left here on 2nd and 14 for North Garland. Aguilera looks like now he's going to drop that middle screen off.
Boom!
But oh,
My
no, nothing
goodness.
there. Taylor caught it and was down immediately. And he did get no gain on the play. Third down coming.
Donovan Lee just explodes out of this. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. When the pass goes, boom, they are just coming so fast.
North Garland's 2 out of 3 on third down. They'll need 16 to the 40 of Naaman Forest here. Aguilera out of shotgun. Now they're going to stand up and change the play on the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock as we're at 15 seconds at 13 and 12 and counting. Still plenty of time. Aguilera's got his call. Now they're going to start all over again with a 3 receiver set to the wide side, the left side. Aguilera looks left. Time to throw. Nice pocket. Deep pass. Caught. Short of the first down and knocked out of bounds short of the first down.
But he can throw the ball, can he?
Yes, he can. That's a strong arm from one hash mark to the other sideline.
That's right. That ball probably traveled 35 yards in the air. He's over on the right hash mark. Throws a deep out.
Jaden Jones on the catch. And they're going to need 3, and they're going down 7-0 at the Naaman Forest 43-yard line. I like the decision.
Well, I tell you, they had the post wide open on that play as well.
4th and a long 3. They need to the Naaman 40 from the 43. Now they'll change the play again. We're under 10 on the play clock. They've got to hurry. You don't want to get a 5-yard penalty here on 4th and 3. Still waiting. Aguilera, they get it off in time. He looks to throw. Quick out pass.
Oh, it's going.
And it would have gone the distance if it wasn't for a one-on-one tackle in the open field by Nick Matthews. But Negron on the interception for Naaman Forest.
Wow, I mean, he read it the whole way. And again, this is good scouting. He knew what was going on here. The out pattern was just he broke on it. I mean, he knew what they were going to do. And that's the second time we've seen him drop, leave his man that he was covering, and then come down on that out pattern. I mean, they've scouted the team and knows exactly what he's going to do and just did it to perfection right there.
Nicholas Negron with a pick as he jumped the route. And here comes Naaman Forest already leading 7-0 on their earlier possession. They went 73 yards in 6 plays to take that lead. Tight formation except for a receiver to the left. Looks like they're going to run it, and they do it very well. As I say, that play action, we're going deep down the middle. Caught and downed inside the 15-yard line.
Woo! Just a beautiful pass right there by Gutierrez.
And that was Jalen Dickerson with his second catch of the night.
I mean, wide open. It's just he hides the ball. They don't know where it's at.
First down.
Just lets it into leads it right in the breadbasket right there.
North Garland almost closed in time, but it's a 37-yard completion.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody covering the intended receiver, but the pass was wide and high. That would have been an easy 6 for Naaman Forest.
I think Junior saw that, and he automatically knew as soon as they're going to take the snap, I'm going to throw it over there as fast as I can to you. And he just kind of whiffed it a little bit.
It's kind of like an open shot in basketball.
Yeah.
He rushed it.
Yeah.
And just got his eyes got so big. It's like rushing an easy gimme in basketball, and he blew it.
Of course, the receiver, if he just stood there, he would have gotten it. He took off down the field, and Gutierrez threw it where he was standing. So
2nd and 10 at the 13. Naaman could get a first down without a touchdown. They come to the line with 8 on the play clock. 2 back set behind Thomas Gutierrez, who's under center this time. He'll hand it on the sweep left. Running room to the 5. Oh, and he's pounded out of bounds. What a hit by a Raider inside the 5 on Dickerson, who's seeing a lot of action as a runner and a receiver tonight.
Boy, he thought he was going to just run him over and try to get into that end zone, but Woo-hoo! He said, no, not tonight, buddy.
When this game is over, that might be the hit of the night right there.
Jones just comes over the top of that one. You know, he's a sophomore, too. 6'3", 171-pound sophomore.
Boy, we've mentioned sophomore a lot tonight. Both teams with a lot of sophomores. It is enough for the first down at the 2-yard line. So a fresh set of downs. It'd be hard to keep Naaman Forest out of the end zone here with their running game. Adams to the right and James to the left. Split backs behind Gutierrez. Toss. James pounds it up the middle. He's going to be caught short at the 1. Good head-on tackle there by the North Garland Raiders. And it looks like leading the way there was Carlos Videz. Punter/linebacker. Don't see many of those.
Second and goal.
See what happens here. It's good blocking up front. But they just closed in a hurry. Just good goal line defense right there.
Second and goal at the 1. They gave him a yard.
As big as these linemen are, you just take it right up the middle, or, you know, they've had a lot of success on the outside too, so we'll see what they do here. Well, they got 3 in the backfield.
Negron is the third one. We got movement by the right guard, and that's the worst thing you want on second and goal at the 1. A 5-yard procedure penalty against number 52, Mason Fallon. You know, those poor old offensive linemen, they rarely ever get mentioned, and then they commit a penalty and they get mentioned.
Yeah.
Let's mention them when they're blocking well, which is most of the time.
Right.
Penalty back to the 6. The only penalty of this possession will make it second and goal from the 6 for Naaman Forest. 3:15 and counting here in the first quarter. The Rangers looking to add to their 7-0 lead.
Well, I tell you, North Garland, they really need to have a good goal line stance here.
They've already made 1 stop on first and goal at the 2. Spin handoff. James breaks 1 tackle, diving for the end zone. Nope, they're going to say he's short at the 1. Good surge by James, but just a little bit short. So third and goal. You keep saying it. North Garland's got a chance here.
They got to stop them right here.
Down to the 1-yard line.
14-0 would look awfully big after 1 quarter of play.
That's right.
North Garland, the underdog tonight at 1-5, and 0-1 in district, make it 1-4 for North Garland. Naaman undefeated on the season and 1-0 in district. Tight formation. They're just going to try and pound it into the end zone. Isidore, one of the defensive linemen, blocking. It is a touchdown. No, that's Isidore on the carry. The big defensive lineman for Naaman Forest. Do we have a penalty? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and then they had number 74 in the backfield as well.
That's their big power weight formation. It's offside against North Garland. Declined. Touchdown, Naaman Forest.
Penalty is declined.
Lawrence in the backfield leading that. It's going to be hard for anybody to stop that kind of formation.
Oh, I mean, all they need's a yard, and it's hard. Yeah, it's an easy yard with those big linemen in the backfield.
Usually we see that they got 1 yard or inches to go, and they line up in the shotgun and snap it 7 yards back, you know, and then they've got 8 yards to get into the end zone.
Rogue for the PAT, although we've got a penalty flag that will kill the play. The kick was good, but let's see what the penalty is all about. They did it last week, and with Isidore running it in for a 1-yard touchdown. Procedure, Naaman Forest.
5-yard penalty.
So North Garland will take this 5-yard walk off and make it a little bit further. This will be more of a 25-yard attempt here.
I mean, I really like it when they line up under center. When you only got a yard to go, line up under center and just move the ball forward, you know, and I like that. I like that call. I think it's a smart coaching play. It drives me crazy when they got an inch to go and they line up in shotgun.
Roque with a deep kick, and it is good. The 5 yards made no difference. Timeout on the field, 2:18 left in our opening quarter. It's now Naaman Forest 14, North Garland nothing here on GRS television. see the North Garland band and their instruments.
Well, they're having a good time, and why not? It's beautiful outside. It's a great night. Kids come out here and just having just enjoy going to a football game.
And it's senior night for North Garland. There's Isadora with that touchdown plunge. Can you plunge at that weight?
You sure can.
Here's the kickoff from Roque.
That'll come out to the 25. That was a new rule implemented a couple of years ago where, it didn't come to the 20 anymore. It goes out to the 25.
Now, like that rule, if you're going to kick it out of bounds, you're penalized as a kicker. The one I don't like is when they moved it from the 20 to the 25 when a kicker kicks it out of the end zone and it doesn't go out of bounds. Why are you penalizing the kicker for having a good leg? I just don't understand it. When we don't see a lot of long kickoffs anymore anyway, a lot of pooch kicks.
Right.
Some of these rules I don't quite understand. Penalizing good efforts is
well,
something that bothers me.
Yeah, I think what they want to do is try to keep people from actually doing the return because the return is so dangerous.
Then eliminate it. Just eliminate the return.
Put it out to the 25.
NFL is discussing that.
Yeah.
First and 10, North Garland, their second possession. Make it their third possession of the night as they are being shut out 14-0. Handoff, Taylor in trouble from the get-go.
They
and he is
are
down
so
for a loss.
Strong up there. The defensive line and they can go man-to-man because they trust their defensive backs. Whew, big 73 comes in there so fast. Now, North Garland now, and their two possessions, they have only 34 yards. So, you're really going to have to get something going here to help your defense out. They can't be on the field the whole game.
Trey Taylor was held to 1 yard on 9 carries last week, and he's off to a slow start tonight, mainly because of no blocking as Aguilera throws it wide and way out of bounds.
Yeah,
here
he's
on
getting rid of that
second down.
ball. They had people coming after him, and they press coverage right at the line of scrimmage, and the receivers never even got off the line of scrimmage. They were stuck at about 3 yards. He had to let that ball go.
North Garland's 2 out of 4 on third down. They'll need 13 to their 35 to keep this drive alive. Already had to punt it twice tonight. 3 receivers to the wide side. That's the left side. 1 receiver to the right. Trey Taylor, the lone back, to the left of Aguilera. Aguilera in trouble from the get-go. He'll throw it away, and this has intentional grounding written all over it. He broke every intentional grounding law that you can break. You got to get it beyond the line of scrimmage, and you got to be out of the pocket, and he was neither on that.
Yeah, and I think that they were just going to try to do a little screen play, but your offensive line has to at least try to block for a count, 3 or 4 seconds, then release. You can't just release and go downfield to set up the screen.
This is one of the most penal of penalties you'll ever see. You get a loss of down and minus yardage, and they're going to have to punt it away. It just doesn't get any worse than that.
Look at them. They just all came through. Nobody even put a finger on the defensive line.
Yes, if he had heaved it the other way, he might have gotten away with it because there would have been bodies in the area. 4th down and South Dallas to go. They need the 35. They're at the 10. That computes to a 25-yard need, but the Raiders are in punt formation anyway.
Good punt.
End over end. It's directional, which is going to make it even better. It's going to bounce out of bounds about the 33. Not a long punt, but a fairly effective one.
Well, they needed that. They don't need a return.
Along the far side.
That's for sure. But still, 30 on the 33-yard line. And
first down.
Naaman Forest has already put up 128 yards with their 2 drives. 91 yards rushing and 37 in the air.
Yeah, the 37 on that one pass completion down the middle. So they throw it just enough to keep you honest. And, boy, you got to look for those deep passes off of play action, which they've tried twice tonight. Gutierrez under center, will turn, give it to Adams, breaks it up the middle, good yardage, still going, trying to run over a defender, and he gets just enough for the first down. That was a very bullish run by Le'Meal Adams.
Yeah, but these big offensive linemen, watch this hole that they create. 52 just sets the edge right there, and look at that double team right there in the middle. Guys are just pushing people backwards, and well, if you're a running back and all you see is white jerseys, that's a good sign.
11 yards for Adams. First down coming. We're about to a minute left and counting here in the first quarter. Naaman just up and down the field already leading 14-0 and looking for more. field position hadn't been bad either. They started the last drive at midfield, started at the North Garland 32 on this one. Went a long distance for their first touchdown. Toss, sweep left. Lee's got running room, looking for the end zone. Did he get the pylon? What do the officials say as they're talking? And they're going to say he's out inside the 1 yard line.
That's interesting because I thought his foot stepped actually on the pylon.
And our quality replay people will tell us more right here.
Look at the guys pulling.
Look at the quarterback leading the way, although he didn't get anything. Let's see if he got in here to the corner. The ball is everything before he steps out. Might have been a good call. It was close either way. But considering it's first and goal to have yard line, and they've got 250-pound linemen they can put in anytime they want to into the backfield, it's going to be hard not to get 6 out of this.
Yeah, you got 3 plays to do it.
You got a full house backfield without the linemen in there. Adams will take the pitch and score. And why not let Adams do it? He's the one that was knocked out at the 1, so they let him get the touchdown from a yard out. Or was that Lee that got to the 1 yard line? I guess that was Donovan Lee. But anyway, Adams with the 6 points.
Here he comes. They just got 2 guys coming, lead blocking for you, plus all these big guys, 60 and 70. Man, they just make a wall in there. It's hard to stop that.
Boy, field position has been in Naaman's favor, and they're just taking advantage of every field position they get. Point after is up and good. 37 seconds left in our first quarter. Timeout. Naaman Forest 21, North Garland nothing on GRS TV. After defense and the short punt of 23 yards, Naaman Forest only had to go 32 yards in 6 plays. That man right there, Lamille Adams, scored on the 1 yard touchdown run. Donovan Lee set it up with a long run, and it is all Naaman Forest, 21-0.
Yeah, they've had short field positions, and then when they didn't, they were just able to just move methodically down the field with very little resistance.
Bobby, they hadn't even had very many third down plays. They're doing it all on first and second down. Kickoff return up the near sideline, hit out of bounds about the 25. We got a late flag coming in. This might be some kind of a late hit against Naaman Forest. Maybe a face mask. I saw a little grab around the mask.
Yeah, it looked to me like there at the end, somebody got hit in the back, drove out of bounds.
Our referee tonight is Nat Max and Clifford Peacock, the umpire. Head linesman Elazar Mata. Ricky Baker, the line judge. Jeff Brixey, the back judge. Jimmy Byram, the field judge. And this is Nat Maxon. As his microphone is in and out.
That'll be
into
the run.
Sounds like a bad cell signal there.
Yeah, it
Trey
sounds like
Funderburg is the side judge, Bobby.
Yeah, what happened there is that he did get a personal foul clipping in the back there.
This will be a live penalty, so it'll be 1st and 10 from wherever they put it down. And that'll be the 13-yard line.
Right here, boom, into number 24. Just drove him after the play was basically dead. So good call.
Well, that is a ridiculous block, wouldn't it, or hit. 1st and 10, Aguilera in shotgun with 2 receivers both ways. Trey Taylor, the lone back. Now he'll stand up and get the new play. So we get the signal again from the referee. Don't think we needed it twice. No, wait a minute. We got a new penalty. Another 5 yards against North Garland.
Yeah, they had procedure right there. He tried to do a hard snap count, and instead of Naaman jumping, North Garland jumped.
So now it is a 1st and 15 from the 8. Bad field position one more time for the Raiders. Aguilera in shotgun, looking to throw.
He's got him.
Caught
Pass complete.
about the 13 before he's driven back. It looked like Jaden Jones, the big 6'3 receiver. That is Jones, his first catch. And they'll mark it at 11-yard line.
Jaden Jones, another sophomore,
Jones
making
with that
his
reception.
debut tonight. If they give this quarterback just a little time, he's got a great arm.
Yeah, he showed it when he threw from the hash mark on the right all the way to the other sideline, Bobby. That takes a lot of arm strength. I'm impressed with this kid. It's going to do it for the first quarter. Naaman Forest with a 21-0 lead over North Garland. Naaman looking to stay undefeated on the season and well on their way. Back with the second quarter in a moment here on GRS TV. Nothing Naaman Forest as we go to the second quarter. Bobby, what are the first half numbers?
I tell you, it's all in favor of Naaman Forest. 160 total yards, 7 first downs, and 123 of that is on the ground. So one completion by Gutierrez, but that completion was straight down the middle for 37 yards, and it set up the next touchdown. And Donovan Lee is 2 carries, 57 yards. Tyreek Jones 5 for 29, and they're just dominating the line of scrimmage. And on the other side of the ball, it's just they haven't had much success. They've only had 2 first downs, 34 total yards. So, and 1 yard rushing. It's just been a total domination by the Naaman Forest defense.
They do have the ball. North Garland does. A 2nd and 12 coming after
For
a
the
couple
play.
of penalties.
Delay a game,
penalty.
number 5 on the offense.
How do you get delay a game after a timeout? That's not good.
Yeah, you've got to have your play down and ready, but that
There
sure
is no
was
foul on
quick.
play.
They're going to
Timeout.
change it.
Offense.
They're going to say North Garland took the timeout before the delay a game penalty.
That's an odd timeout, though. I mean, you got to have your team ready.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
still
when
not
you
good.
come out of a quarter, that's basically a timeout, and come out and not
It's a
have
free
your
timeout.
play.
Yeah, it's a freebie. And they weren't ready to get the play started and had to burn a real timeout there. Let's mention what's coming up next week, or this coming weekend on GRS TV. We will have on October the 12th, Saxe versus Garland Thursday night from Williams. And then the next night on Friday the 13th of October, Friday the 13th.
Woo!
Whoa, baby. Hey, good one. First real test for Naaman Forest. They'll take on Rowlett at Williams Stadium. 1 week, well, that's October the 13th, a Friday night at 7 o'clock. And that Thursday game is also at 7 o'clock. That will be a good matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game because, Rowlett, they love to run and throw the ball a lot. And so it's going to test, Naaman's defensive backs. We've been praising how great they are. And, they got Chris Weeks over there, the quarterback. I mean, he's a pretty good quarterback. He's pretty tall. He can fire the ball. So we'll see how Naaman can handle that passing game of Rowlett. It'll be a fun game.
Tried to throw it to Jason Looper on the slant over the middle. Boy, the defender was on his back riding him. I was thinking it might be pass interference, but an incomplete pass, 3rd and 12. Let's see what the replay shows.
Jones just
3rd down,
right
12
there.
for the Raiders.
Comes over the top, gets his hands on the ball.
Did he get there early or not?
Yeah, I
North
don't
Garland
know.
could use a break.
I tell you, defensively, free play, go. Throw it out there. Get it. Oh, smart
Too
play.
far intended
Smart
for
play.
Looper. Yeah, you want to go deep when you see the offside. Just keep the play going. Try and throw it up deep, and it was incomplete. But North Garland will get a 5-yard walk-off here.
Yeah, you get a free play on it. You might as well throw it out there and see what happens. A lot of times the defense kind of freezes on the play, and so do the defensive backs. But this point in time, the defensive backs were just back there waiting on it. So it didn't do anything, but still, you get 5 yards on the play, and it's free. Still third down.
Raiders are 2 out of 5 on third down. They'll need, about 7 here from their 16-yard line. Gutierrez in shotgun with Taylor next to him on the right. Aguilera, the quarterback for North Garland. Tried to find a receiver, and he's run down by Aimi from behind for a loss.
I don't like it when they get tackled from the back like that. It's scary.
Injury-wise, yeah.
Yes, it's an injury, easy injury to happen right there. Great play by big number 44, though. Chases him down all the way from the right side defensive end. Stays with it the whole way. That's why you got to hustle. That's what those hustle plays are, because you keep after them, and then all of a sudden they slow down to dodge somebody else, and you're there. So you just got to keep hustling as hard as you can, and you'll end up into the play.
Videz having a punt for the third time tonight. He's only kicked it 27 and 23. This is another
beautiful
line drive.
kick.
He's going to get a great roll out of this one. This is going to up the average in a hurry. Still going deep into Naaman Forest territory. They're going to down it at the 26. So let's get out my calculator here.
Yeah, and it was a great punt because it's almost like a rugby punt. Used to see UT do that a lot. They would roll out to the side and punt it and get that roll going on it.
It was a 25-yard average, and he just kicked it 59 yards, over doubling his average.
Yeah, great job right there. And they needed it. They needed something positive to happen for them.
And a change in field position as they flip the field. 10:50 left in our first half. 21-0 Naaman Forest. They have scored on every one of their offensive possessions so far, going 73, 50, and 32 yards on the drives. This time at the 26, they will start. Gutierrez will go under center with 2 backs behind him. And it's going to be a toss sweep left.
They got it good that time. Nice job right there by the defense. Setting that edge out there and stay outside and make him, the running back, just keep going out. Eventually he runs out of room.
Stopped by number 27 in the backfield.
Jalen Stokes was dropped for a 2-yard loss.
Nawahi.
Yeah, good job right there. And I tell you, they need to have a good defensive stance.
Bobby, really the tackle runs have worked for Naaman Forest. The quick hitters have been very effective. Whenever they tried to go wide, they haven't had as much success.
Well, and it seems like it would not be the case since they really only have one receiver out.
Yeah.
You would have a whole bunch of guys in the middle. Basically, you have 9 or 10 guys in the middle.
Gutierrez drops off a screen for James. Gets
Back.
a block, but it's a
penalty.
clip. James keeps going, but this is going to be 15 yards marked off from the 31. A real obvious block in the back against Naaman.
You just can't do that. I mean, you don't need to do that. For one thing, he's already wrapped up. He's going down. There's no need to go and take your team 15 yards back. Plus, it's dangerous. These guys got to know this by now. I mean, you're playing varsity football, and this is the second time we've seen a block in the back.
After the completion, illegal block in the back on the yards from the spot of foul. Still second down.
Should be a 10-yard walk-off.
I mean, sometimes you have a questionable one where they're really kind of in front of the guy or they're at the shoulder or something, but you cannot just go and hit somebody in the back. That's the second time we've seen it tonight.
He was hoping that he would turn, and he never turned, and he got all back. Here it is.
I mean, boom.
Real obvious, yeah.
Yeah, you just can't do that.
So from the 20, it is 2nd and 16.
Oh, what a run.
James breaks one tackle and dives out to the 34 for a gain of 14. Got most of it back. 2nd and 1. Make it 3rd and 1 coming.
That's 35 yards right there for
North Garland's got a chance to make a defensive stand here for the first time tonight, trailing 21-0 to Naaman Forest. We're under 10 minutes left here in the first half.
Yeah, those kind of penalties, they kind of put you back a little bit. But again, they were still able to gain so much yards on those 2 plays that it's still giving them 3rd and short, which is exactly what you want to do. that situation when you're on the offensive side.
This is Naaman's only third down play of the game to this point. We got a timeout taken by the Rangers.
Well, that's interesting that they got the timeout. I mean, the play was starting to go, and I thought actually somebody had a procedure call and they jumped a little bit. So lucky for them that they did get that call.
Why don't we take a break? 9:25 first half. Naaman Forest 21, North Garland nothing on GRS TV. Some of the fans in the stands tonight on a beautiful evening here at Garland. Back to play, 3rd and 2, Naaman Forest. They might have to punt this away if they don't get it here. Toss sweep left.
Beautiful read right there. Wow.
Dickerson in trouble and down for a big loss, and North Garland's going to force a punt.
Takes the pitch.
Big play right there. The junior coming through with a big play on 3rd and short. Reads it perfectly. That's exactly what they needed right there. I mean, that's a big difference. You get a great punt on the last possession, puts it way back here in Naaman's territory, and then force them to punt from the original line of scrimmage. I mean, just a great job defensively there.
Roke to punt, plenty of time. High,
watch out! Oh.
Bounces at the 40. It'll go back and take a North Garland bounce, but be downed at the 44-yard line. 29-yard punt.
So great defensive stand right there for North Garland. Now you got to
little momentum, Bobby.
Yeah, a little momentum. You've got to now get you a couple of first downs. And they can. I mean, they've got a great quarterback, and they've got some great receivers. They've just got to figure out a way to move these receivers around so that they're off that press coverage. Put somebody in motion, do something, but you got to get them off that press coverage.
They've gone 1-2-3 punt on their last 2 possessions. Going to send 3 receivers to the right. That's the short side of the field. Aguilera will go in the shotgun with Trey Taylor is back to the left. Motion in the backfield, going to hand it on the motion, and down for a loss. Even the end around didn't work. Jason Iemi with his 2nd tackle of the night, and he grabbed Cameron Barrett in the backfield.
Yeah, Iemi, he's playing that defensive end spot, and we saw him earlier chase down the quarterback from one side to the other all the way to the sideline, and now you see him staying outside, keeping the edge. He does a great job right there.
What do we have for total yardage from North Garland? It cannot be much.
Yeah.
Lots of losses. Most of their plays have gone for losses.
Yeah, it's 33 total yards tonight.
2nd and 16.
Yeah, 2 first downs.
Aguilera comes the rush. This might go as a fumble as the ball went straight up in the air. We got a Naaman Forest recovery, but the referee, Nat Maxon, says incomplete pass.
I mean, he doesn't have time to even catch the ball before somebody is hitting him.
Nico Isadore, the big man in the middle, hit him, and as he tried to throw it, 3rd and 16 coming. And look at the partial moon we have over there on the visiting side, Bobby, straight on over there. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Maybe our camera folks can get a shot of that partial moon across the way. It's a beauty. I'm challenging our camera folks. 3rd and 16 for North Garland. Two out of 6 on 3rd. Aguilera is going to go deep, almost picked off. As having position on the play was Jones, Preston Jones. So the ball was slightly overthrown, and Jones almost picked it off. Intended for Jason Looper.
Yeah, Aguilera is just basically trying to take the ball and get rid of it before he wants to. because he just hasn't had enough
Feet is
time
in the
to
punt
throw
for
it.
the Raiders, back deep to return for the Rangers.
But maybe, you know, they
11,
talk
McCartney.
about, you know, at halftime, how can we move around just a little bit, you know, to get these receivers open, or somebody stay in and help block. Maybe a running back can stay in and help block a little bit, because they are just having a hard time getting that offense rolling.
1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt for North Garland on the last 3 possessions. McCartney trying to create some kind of return, but he is surrounded and finally tackled at the 30-yard line.
He's a good return man. He's got some quick feet. He's able to hop around a little bit, make people miss. That's what you really love about a return man, somebody that can make a couple people miss and then off to the races you go.
Short return to the 30 as Naaman will try again with a 21-0 lead. 7:26 left in our first half. Now that moon has become full as some clouds were covering it up over there.
It looks like a full moon tonight.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right upper corner might be slightly off, but it's pretty close if not. First and 10, 2 receivers to the left. Split backfield behind Gutierrez. Under center, he'll quick throw out to the left. It's caught by Dickerson, but nowhere to go, and he's going to be dropped for a 1-yard loss. Nice open field tackle there. And
yeah, that was a great play right there by the safety, coming all the way from the safety spot. You have the guy in the slot. Gutierrez throws it to him perfect, and it looks like he's got a lot of time to take off running, but just a great read by number 13 to be able to get up from the safety spot.
Nick Matthews.
Yeah, Nick Matthews makes a great
First
job, because he was 15 yards
Chop
deep.
block.
We got a chop block against
On the
Naaman
offense.
Forest. North Garland will take the penalty and not the play, as we're getting every other word, unfortunately, from Nat Maxon, as his microphone is working just barely.
Nick Matthews, number 13, that made that play. Again, another sophomore for the North Garland Raiders. I mean, they are loaded with sophomores.
Yeah, it seems like all you've said is the word sophomore tonight. There's been a bunch called already this evening. 15-yard walk-off to the 15. That's both ways, Bobby. 2 fairly young teams.
Yeah, and it's a great thing when you realize you got a bunch of sophomores playing, that they're going to be on the varsity squad playing for 3 years basically. So that's a really good sign for when they're a senior team, you know.
First and 15 from the 15. Tyreek James, the lone back, receivers both ways. Gutierrez will give it to James on the dive. The hole was there initially, and it closed in a hurry as he crossed the 20 for a gain of 6. And good submarine tackle there from, it looked like Carlos Vides, who's been all over the field. Several tackles for the North Garland linebacker. It is a gain of 6.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Second down. 19 for Naaman, taking their time. 6:45 and counting. They lead at 21-0. Their last possession was the first possession they didn't score off of tonight. 3 for 3 on their first 3. Gutierrez steps back, gonna go deep down the far hash mark. It's incomplete. A little bit of a jump ball intended for McCartney, and good defense from Jason Looper, who's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, Looper does a good job of staying deep. I tell you, if it looked like Gutierrez could have thrown that a little back shoulder, a little shorter of a play, and he would have had him, because Looper was playing so deep that the ball just kind of went to him. He just had to stay back there and play center field. If that ball's thrown just a little shorter,
McCartney almost went up and made that catch. He had the inside position, but it's just a little bit too tall. Yeah, Looper's doing a good job. One of those folks playing both ways for North Garland tonight. Third down and long. Another pass that's too tall. It wouldn't have gone for much, probably, intended for McCartney, and North Garland is forced back-to-back punts here.
How about that?
All of a sudden, a little defense is broken out.
Yeah, that's great. That feels good when you can get 3 and out 2 times in a row. Then you feel like, hey, let's go. We got this, man. We can do something.
The underdog
here.
Raiders, if they could get some points before the half, it'd make things kind of interesting. By the way, the flags at half staff tonight as we look over to our left, the American and Texas flag.
You notice
there's plenty of reasons for that, by the way, as we all know, unfortunately. Fourth down, here comes the punt. Low, end over end, returnable, but directional. And Going to let it bounce, and it's going to be down somewhere in the North Garland side of the field. Looks like they're going to say the 46, 47, 48 by the time they put it down. So North Garland with good field position. They started at their own 44 the last time.
Yeah, they need to get a couple of first downs here now. They've had some good stance by their defense. Now, one of the things, though, when you watch the defense come off the field, only about 3 of them came off the field.
Good point. Not a lot of substitutions.
The rest of them just stayed out there, and now they're back on offense.
They might send more out for the punt team than they do when they switch sides.
It might be. I mean,
they're going to send 3 receivers to the right. Taylor will be the back. And the quarterback, as always, John Aguilera, as he stands tall in the pocket, waits on the shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz, but he's rolling away from it. Now he's in trouble. He'll just dump it off, and that's not intentional grounding. He did the 2 right things that time. He threw it beyond the line of scrimmage, and he got out of the pocket. The rush came. He had a little time initially, but nobody opened.
Yeah, it's just they're coming too fast after him. That's why he's having to roll and run. And they've got 4 wide receivers. And it just seems like the defense is coming in so fast. I mean, 44, all these guys just have a free run at him. And maybe you pull one of those receivers in and help block or something, but it's just not happening so far.
Quick swing pass to Taylor out of the backfield. Avoids one
There you
tackle.
go.
He's got a first down the far sideline. Before, is that Aimi? No, that is making the tackle. That was Gilberto Malara. But a 1st and 10 North Garland. They hadn't had a first down since their second possession of the game, early first quarter.
Yeah, so a nice fast play. So they just pop him out of the backfield and basically toss it to him, and just it's got to be quick, because if it's not quick, these defensive ends and the 2 guys in the front, that front 4 is just too fast getting through there. So just a nice job of getting around those guys.
Gain of 16 on the screen pass to Taylor. North Garland with a fresh set of downs at the 36 to Naaman Forest. This might be their deepest possession of the game. Aguilera time to throw. Little slant pattern over the middle, incomplete. He threw it at the feet of the intended receiver, Nick Matthews.
Now that play actually worked. That was a nice play.
Just didn't have enough time, or he released it pretty quickly, Bobby.
Yeah, he had to throw it quicker than he wanted to, but the guys were open. It was a nice play where they were able to break off of that press coverage and make them get into a zone. And they 2 of the receivers found the nice zone and sat down in it. The play just had to develop too quick.
And who can blame Aguilera for rushing the throw? He's been under duress almost the whole night.
Yeah.
He actually had a decent pocket set up there, though. 2nd and 10. He'll hand it this time to Taylor, who cuts it back, and he'll get a couple of yards up the middle, but staying home. Nice play defensively there by that's Adrian Brown, one of the linebackers.
Yeah, Taylor's he's a sophomore. He's 5'8", 140 pounds, so he's just so light that some of these guys that are 200, 240, they're hitting him. Once they get their hands on him, they're going to yank him down. He's not going to be able to break too many tackles.
3rd and 8, probably 4-down territory, down 21-0 at the 34 of Naaman Forest. 4-man defensive front, no blitz at this point. Aguilera's going to roll left and look, fires a hard pass, incomplete. Boy, that had a lot of zip on it. Going up, trying to make the hands catch was Jaden Jones, but he couldn't hang on. It looked like a fairly catchable ball, but also looked like a cannonball here from Aguilera.
Yeah, he zips it.
He showed off his arm there, didn't he, Bobby?
he can zip it.
I mean, that had zip plus. And let's see if they go for it. Now we've got, looks like the punter has come in. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a fake here. That is the punter, Carlos Videz, but it's 4th and 8 at the 34. Boy, I'd be thinking fake punt here, down 21-0.
Yeah, I would just set up in my offense and try to get it first.
They're going to take a timeout first, though. And think about it, Bob.
Yeah, if you're going to go for it, go for it. If there's no, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get
good point.
9 yards on a fake punt.
On 4th and 1, you might try something like this. But let's take a quick break. We'll tell you the results of the 4th down play in a moment. 4:47 first half, back after this timeout on GRS TV. 4th and 8. Now North Garland's going to run from a normal set, it looks like.
Oh, a trick
Deep
play.
Snap in
Throwing
the round.
it. Throwing it.
Throw, caught, and
He
right
doesn't
at
get
the
it.
first down marker. It's close, Bobby.
Oh,
Vetus' pass.
boy,
It's
that was
close.
some serious trickery, and I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Depends on the mark.
Oh.
Aguilera made the catch. The quarterback made the catch, John Aguilera. What do you know about? I love the play call. I absolutely am in love with the play call. He looks a little bit
For one
short.
thing, look at him. Aguilera takes off like he's calling a play, and they snap the ball.
He had me fooled.
And then not only is it a trick play, oh, yeah, you got to give that to him. Come on
yeah,
now.
give it to him. It's awfully close, even if he didn't get it.
Oh, dude,
And
I mean.
they are, get out the credit card. This might take an American Express.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, how
serious?
close
That was
can
a
you
terrible
get?
spot.
Oh, he's short.
That was a terrible spot.
You deserve so much more than what they got. That was a great
Turnover
call.
on downs.
I mean, the trickery,
Maybe
there
we'll
was so
take
much
over.
of it.
Oh, it was incredible. It worked.
It was
which
a
made it
reverse
even better.
pass with the quarterback going down the line of scrimmage, acting like he's calling a play.
I mean, they dug deep
I mean,
into
look
the
at this.
playbook for this call.
Look at this. He gets the first. He's over
I
the
think
line
he's
right
short.
there.
I think he's short. His knee went down, Bobby. I think the knee, you can't see the knee. I think the knee is what did it. Short of the first down. If it wasn't for the knee, I totally agree with you. And like you said, give it to them. They deserve
Man,
it.
come on.
1st and 10, Naaman Forest at their own 26. They've got time, 4:39 left in our second quarter, although they just have one timeout remaining. That is enough time, though. Split backs with a wing back behind Gutierrez, who's under center. Now send the wing in motion. Deep handoff to James up the middle. He's just across the 30, maybe got the 31 for a gain of 5.
Stop by
Looks like
Vetus
make it
on the
4. They're
defense.
going to mark it at the 30.
Little hurry-up offense.
Well, if they're going to run it, they're going to have to hurry with their style of play. Another James handoff up the middle. There's plenty of running room. He's got a first down out to the 38. Boy, the holes are between the guards and the centers have been huge.
Yeah, I mean, look at big number 79. Just a monster
in
down
on the
there.
stop.
Janelle Davis, Roger Davis. I mean, look at him
First
pulling.
down
Boom!
from the
Just
38.
cleared it out for
Actually,
him.
he just slipped through a small hole there. That was not a gigantic hole.
Big number 70's all the way down the field. Frank
But
Martinez.
what they're doing is the offensive line is engaging well. They're not holding, but the defensive linemen are unable to get loose. Now, the closure has come quickly once they get to the linebacker area, but the initial hole is pretty good.
Yeah, they're setting a wall. They're creating it.
1st and 10 at the 38, 3:40 and counting. Full house backfield, another handoff up the middle. James again. Short
James
gain
out
of,
right for
I say
40.
a short gain. He got 4 on first down. That's what you need if you're just going to keep running the ball. Here they go in a hurry, 3:30 and counting.
Well, that's interesting that they're going on a quick snap count here. Leaving 2 seconds off the play clock, you know.
Bobby, the advantage with what they're running is everybody's near the line of scrimmage, so you can line up again real quickly
In
with
the
what they're
backfield.
running.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not
It's
spreading the field at all.
It's just that it's 21-0, and instead of using the clock, they are going in a hurry-up offense. Now, of course, you want to get good at this so that
2
you
on the
can
play.
do it
Third
when
down
you
8.
need it.
From the 40.
Maybe that's how they're seeing it.
3rd and 8 is coming, clock running. Going to take their time on this 3rd down play. Still plenty of time on the play clock. We're under 15. Another tight formation with one receiver out to the left. Lee is in the slot. Lee will get the handoff.
Uh-oh.
Gets a block.
He's
to the
outside.
outside.
Lee ran the
First
far
down to the
side.
50. Still going, and he's shoved from behind out of bounds. Let's see where they'll mark it.
Ran
But
out of
it's
bounds
plenty
by
for the
number
first down.
13,
They're going to say the
Matthews.
41 in North Garland. Boy, they ran that little wing back reverse beautifully. 19
That's the second time
on the
we've
carry.
seen it, you know, and they
Look at
don't
the
even
lead
see
block.
it. It's just beautiful.
Beautiful lead block there. It was made by Kamari Dennis, number 14. Quick out pass caught by McCartney.
McCartney with the
Slipped
reception.
through one tackle but lost his balance and ran into a bunch of Raiders after a 4-yard gain. Still plenty of time. We're over 2 minutes. Just one timeout remaining for Naaman Forest.
Yeah,
with
he
the
made
stop
he
for
made
the
nothing
defense.
into something.
4 yards.
He was basically stopped as soon as he caught the ball, slipped a tackle, and gets upfield for 4 yards. I mean, that's good stuff
Second
when you
down,
can
6
do
for
that.
the Rangers.
Keep everything
From
in
the
front of you,
37.
get you some positive yards.
Well, they've gone from the 26 to the 37 in 8 plays. Here comes the next play coming. We're under 10, though, on the play clock. Should be able to get it off in time. 2 receivers wide to the right set. Spin, hand, James, stacked up, leans forward. They're going to give him to the 34 for a gain of 3. And a 3rd and 2.5 coming.
You know, Thomas Gutierrez, we used to call him Junior.
Number 66, Sneed.
We went to the Turkey Bowl here in Garland. Pee-wee.
I've been to the Turkey
League.
Bowl. I was looking for turkey. I never got any.
Yeah, and we won it that year with him. He was our middle linebacker. And he was a good one, too. I mean, he led the team in tackles that year. And he was also a quarterback as well. We had 2 quarterbacks, but he was one of them.
Lee takes the toss. He's going to be short of the first down. It looked like it was there in the beginning, but he was cut down in a hurry. And we got 4th and a 1.5 coming. Clock becoming a factor. We're at the 1-minute mark and only 1 timeout. Boy, I'll tell you, if you're naming 4th and a 1.5 coming, I might use that timeout right here. Look at this nice tackle playing off the block and making the tackle. Wow, what a play to save the first down by Alex Garcia. And they're going to come up to the line at least with 43 seconds.
Hey.
There's the moon. Thank you very much, the crew at GRS TV. Folks, that wasn't easy to get, and they came through for us. What a great crew we've got here. Here's a toss. First down, James tried to run over a tackler and gets a couple more. And now Naaman,
James.
well, first of all, you're going to stop the clock because of the first down, but they've still got that 1 timeout sitting there, and we've got a North Garland injury, which will give them 1 free timeout, at least for a little while.
Yeah, James just comes through there so strong. He was trying to run people over and run with authority, and he was the first one he met.
You know, I hate to say an injury is a break, but it does give Naaman a free chance to go to the sideline, get a new play, and then come back out and run it without having to burn a timeout.
Yeah, you see, he only needed 1 yard, but then he had a head of steam. See, he caught all that weight right on his shoulder, number 11.
You know, you want to save that last timeout if you can.
All those vides.
With 27 seconds left, and this will give him an opportunity to come out, run the play in a hurry without having to burn that timeout.
Carlos Vides, I think he caught all the weight with that shoulder, that right shoulder, and then
this is also the punter, Bobby. Or is this the place kicker and punter? I think he's been the punter tonight, right? Yeah. Also playing defense. He's made several tackles. Just having him out of the lineup for this 4th down play will be pretty big. First down play coming, by the way. They just got the first down. And here he comes.
Woo. That felt good, probably. It's probably a good little stinger.
Got to come out for 1 play. It looks like he'll be back in a hurry.
Yeah, see how he's gripping his hand like that? It goes tingly, numb. You feel that. It's like getting hit in the funny bone on your elbow when you get a stinger, and it hurts all over. It goes down your back because it's from your shoulder and collarbone area.
Naaman needs to be ready to go here because they're going to wind this clock any minute. But they're ready to go at the line. There's 27 seconds. They want to save that 1 timeout if they can.
Don't be surprised if this is like a fake handoff.
Deep over the middle?
Deep over the middle pass, yeah.
Well, they're 1 for 2 doing it. And the first one was open.
Yeah, you just don't overthrow one of these passes. You just got to just lay it up there and let your guy go get it.
An incompletion wouldn't be the end of the world.
No,
when you
you
only
need
got
it.
1 timeout, it stops the clock. 1st and 10. Gutierrez will throw off the play action, rolling left across his body. Caught. McCartney makes the catch and gets out of bounds. A double bonus there. Out at the 14, a first down. Stop that clock with 19 seconds. You can't ask for more out of that play.
Beautiful right there, McCartney. And just rolls out, squares your feet up, square your shoulders up.
Yeah, not an easy throw for a righty going to his left, Bobby.
Very
Everything
nice job.
you want. The key is he got
First
out of
down for the
bounds.
Rangers.
Still got 1 timeout in 19 seconds.
14-yard line.
Right now, it would be a 31-yard field goal if they went that direction. It's one reason you want to save that 1 timeout. They're doing a good job with management here of the clock. Straight drop, quick out
of bounds
caught again. McCartney, but he did not get out of bounds. He had a chance.
Did he get the first? If he got the first, they're going to...
Yeah, he's short.
He's short, so the
Yeah,
clock
they're
is
gonna
not going to stop.
And they're going to have to burn that timeout because he's a yard short. 10 seconds, the clock is stopped.
Yeah, McCartney needs to know right there, it's more important to get out of bounds than it is to get another yard.
Absolutely. Now you got to throw it into the end zone a couple of times without running it. And they'd rather run it. Of course, you could run it, but if you're stopped short, then you're going to run out of time.
Yeah, you run out of time. You either kick the field goal here or you throw a pass. You got an opportunity to throw the pass here.
If you had gotten out of bounds, you wouldn't have had to burn the timeout, and you could have run the football.
That's exactly
which is
right.
what they love to do.
Yep.
That's just McCartney.
That's an interesting spot too. It looks like
it's barely short.
Yeah, they shorted him a little bit. It looks like to me.
Let's keep it right here.
They should have got that first down, and if they would have, then that would have stopped the clock for them anyway. But yeah, you got to just get out of bounds there. Let's see. You have a chance now. You can throw the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, you've coached. You've coached some of these kids at the younger level. What would you call right here? What play would you call right here?
Well, I think you got to spread them out right here because your offense is going to have time to throw the ball.
Good point.
You spread them out and you throw like a gut slant, like a post, a little skinny nail.
So far,
from
you're
the
right.
outside from your outside receiver because you don't have a safety over the top.
You got McCartney one-on-one right down here on the near side. North Garland's got to take a timeout after they saw the alignment. I love the timeout from Joe Castillo. See what they set up in, and now let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And Naaman is out of timeouts now. Let's take a break. Be back with his final 10 seconds in a moment. Right now, it's Naaman Forest 21, North Garland nothing. Naaman driving back in a moment on GRS TV. And away we go. It is second and 1 at the 5. 10 seconds left. Throw.
He picked it
by North Garland.
Oh my goodness.
Gutierrez, can he make the tackle? Yes, that'll save a possible touchdown on the return. And Uzowakwu Ibanama with the interception. Wow. Would you like to try and pronounce that name, Bobby?
Yeah, I try not to.
I tried. Hey, give me credit for trying.
Yeah. I tell you what happens here is he's going to throw that little gut slant, and Ibanama just reads it perfectly. And I guarantee you, Coach Castillo at the sideline said, okay, they're going to split out, and they're going to try to run a little post pattern on you. And they knew it, and they coached it up, and that's exactly what they tried to do. They tried to throw that little nail or a slant right there, and he just jumped it and made a heck of a play.
Little momentum for North Garland going to the locker room. Could have been 28-0, and it looks like it'll be 21-0. And the other thing about the North Garland defense, they have stopped Naaman Forest on their last 3 possessions after Naaman scored on their first 3 possessions of this half. And that'll be a knee from Aguilera. That'll do it for the first half. It's been pretty entertaining for a 21-0 game, Bobby. North Garland just kind of hanging in there, the underdog to Naaman Forest. Naaman Forest trying to stay undefeated and get to that Rowlett game next week, undefeated on the season. They're well on their way with a 21-0 lead, Naaman Forest over North Garland. We're going to go to the break. We'll be back with the second half kickoff in a few moments here on GRS TV. About ready to start the second half. Our score, Naaman Forest 21, North Garland nothing, as we've got some highlights to bring you from the first half. Naaman Forest cheerleader. And Naaman Forest on their first possession. They get a touchdown at the end of it by Jalen Stokes on the run.
You know, they scored all 21 points right there in the first quarter.
There's a pick off by Negron to set up the second drive, and Adams runs it to the 1.
Well, he took a hard shot right there at the 1 yard line.
Isidore with the touchdown run for the big lineman to make it 14-0. And then Adams with the third touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a runaway right there. But then North Garland's defense just stepped up and made a huge stop right there on the 5 yard line and basically shut down Naaman Forest that whole second quarter.
How about the some stats from the first half, Bobby?
Yeah, the first quarter was the story. It was 246 total yards in the first half, but that first quarter is where Naaman Forest really put it to North Garland, and but they scored all 21 points in that first quarter, and then after that, North Garland really did a great job defensively and basically shut Naaman Forest down. But 246 total yards for Naaman Forest, 52 total yards for the Raiders. So very, very short-sighted there. And what's really surprising is for the Raiders is Aguilera really throws the ball a lot. He's top-ranked in the Metroplex throwing the ball, but tonight he's had 17 pass attempts and only 6 completions for 33 yards. And their top runner, Taylor, 7 attempts, 19 yards, so they're only getting about 2.7 yards per attempt.
Tyreek James on the first handoff of the second half as he plunges out to the 39 for a quick 7 on first and 10.
Yeah, so the difference in the story there is Naaman Forest, they've completed 5 passes out of 10 attempts, so they haven't thrown the ball a whole lot, but 69 yards. And, of course, Gutierrez throws that interception down there on the 5 yard line, so he does have 1. But there's a whole slew of guys that are rushing the ball. I mean, they're handing it off to everybody. But Tyreek James has 13 attempts. That leads the Foresters and for 72 yards, so almost 6 yards a carry for him.
And James takes another handoff as he works his way into the secondary and gets enough for the first down. A gain of 7 to the 46, back-to-back 7-yard gains to open things here in the second half. Under the lights here of Williams Stadium and a full moon. Just a beautiful night for football. We're glad you're with us for this second week of district play.
One of the stats that you don't see is the linemen. They don't have stats, but I tell you, this offensive line here just really looks good. They got some big guys, and they all seem to get their hands on the defensive players and really create running lanes for these running backs.
This is Lamille Adams with this carry on the toss right. He cut it up early and got just a 3-yard gain to the 49 before he ran into a couple of Raiders. Nice defensive play there after back-to-back 7-yard gains. Let's see what North Garland did well here. Got a lead blocker who missed his block, by the way. That was the quarterback leading the way and missed his block, and that's what set up the easy tackle.
Yeah, but what happened here, he gets up and he looks like he's holding his elbow. Did you see that?
No.
Let's see if that has any effect on him there.
He has a pad over his right elbow, which is his throwing arm. As they come to the line with a split backfield, tight formation, no wideouts here on 2nd down and 7. He'll toss it to James, who lowers his head and is down immediately. Nice little tackle there as he tried to run over a tackler. A gain of 3 and a 3rd and 2 coming for the Rangers.
They're coming up and laying the rock, though, and it looks like they're coming from the safety spot. They got that, 12 yards. They can really come up to that line of scrimmage with a head of steam. Boom!
Good job at taking on that hit. James delivers the hit, but North Garland with a quick tackle, which you need to keep it to a 3rd and short.
Yeah, those safeties are coming up playing hard. Now, that's the deal. You've got 10 guys in the box, basically, because on that formation, they have no receivers out there. So
McCartney spins and hands, and
he's
forward
coming up short.
Progress. Boy, it's close, but I think he is a little bit short. That was a different ball carrier. That was Jordan Bowes. Boy, these Naaman runners lower their head on just about every occasion. And it is a little bit short, 4th and a half yard needed. It's less than a half yard. I mean, it's like a quarter of the ball needed here. So far, it looks like Naaman will go for it.
Oh, they're gonna bring in their heavy package. I mean, the quarterback Gutierrez goes over to the sideline and says, "Yeah, hand it to the biggest guy we have on our team." And let's see what happens
first of all,
to him.
That would take some choosing right there.
But 73 right there. Now, he's a defensive guy, but he's had some opportunities to run the ball and run it a lot. And he's fast. If he gets loose, dude, it's like the refrigerator Perry back in the 80s.
And Marvin Sudbury Jr. wants a timeout as they came to the line. They want to talk about this. Let's take a break. 8:21 third quarter, 21-0. Naaman Forest over North Garland on GRS TV. Well, can North Garland hold for a fourth consecutive possession after we pointed out they gave up 21 first quarter points and nothing since? Naaman Forest with a fourth and about a quarter of a yard needed at the 45.5 of North Garland.
Oh, and they're going to put in that heavy package. I mean, look, they got every guy on the field within 3 yards of the ball.
Isidore, the tailback, he'll probably get it behind two large blockers. He does. He's got the first down. I mean, it's just impossible to stop. What you hope for is a 5-yard penalty, and there were no markers. Looked like the ball might have been dropped, but Naaman recovered it. 1st and 10 at the 39.
I like how they did that. They had everybody on the right-hand side, and then they shifted those linemen to the left-hand side. And so it kind of threw the defense off. At first they thought, okay, well, it's going to definitely go to the left-hand side. But then all the linemen shifted over to the other side over there, and all of a sudden the ball's going the different direction that you'd planned. Good offensive play calling right there, and get that first down.
Gutierrez under center.
Uh-oh,
Handoff.
ball's
It's
out.
Dropped. And they're going to fall on it. Donovan Lee, who dropped it initially, looked like he fell on it. They may give it to North Garland. The Raiders say, we got it.
I think.
Boy, it looked like Lee fell on it, Bobby.
It did, and then all of a sudden it popped out.
North Garland football.
So the second turnover that they've created.
I have a feeling our replay may reveal quite a bit there.
Woo, that's an exciting time right there.
Here we come with the replay. Let's see what happened.
Obvious
here.
fumble, but
Watch
then
Lee. It looked like Lee falls on it right there, but it squirted out, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck? It looks like they thought the ball was dead, or I don't know.
Still don't see how they recovered it, but they did.
It wasn't even close. It was on the other side of Gutierrez. It was not even underneath him. So they pick it up and get a second turnover.
Another stop for North Garland, trailing 21-0, the heavy underdog tonight, with only one win against an undefeated Naaman Forest team. Now, it is a 21-0 Naaman Forest lead, but North Garland's defense has come up with numerous defensive stands.
It's interesting. The Rangers have now went to 2 safety deep, and we haven't seen that all day.
4 receivers set 2 each way. Aguilera is going to fire left side. It was caught, and they're going to say never caught, actually, as he lost it fairly quickly. That was Matthews who lost it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Looked like he might have held on to this long enough. Let's see the replay. It's there. Looks caught to me, and then he took a step.
Yeah, it just slipped right out. We couldn't see it, but it doesn't look like he ever had control of it. He started looking where he was going to go instead of catching the ball there.
3 receivers out to the right, ball on the left hash. Aguilera looks right, fires to the far sideline, caught. This will be enough for a first down. Pretty good cushion over there by the corner. And Matthews gets it all the way to the 38-yard line. That's Nicholas Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews, he redeems himself right there, the sophomore.
Boy, they're playing way off over there.
Yeah, they've changed their defense. They went to that 2-deep zone, and that set up perfect for Aguilar. I mean, he's been able to throw the ball all year against that defense.
Gain of 15, 3 receivers right to short side. He's going to go to the one-on-one to the left, thrown up, incomplete. They tried to have the receiver run under it, but it was thrown too far. That was Jason Looper, who was a little bit held up over here by the corner.
That's what you got to do. It's never a penalty unless you get caught. Haven't you heard that?
We might have a replay on this. I don't know.
Yeah,
Looked like there might have been a little bit of holding. Let's see here, or maybe pass interference, or both.
He puts it out there, but
hoping Looper, yeah, he was grabbing the back of that, and Looper thought so. No call, 2nd and 10. No call, no harm. No harm, no foul. Aguilera's going to go over the middle.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
He dropped it. It wasn't a perfect pass, but very catchable for Cameron Barrett.
Oh, yeah, that's a great play where they take the running back and swing him out there. You kind of a little pump fake to him, get everybody moving that direction, and then throw the post out. Oh, yeah, you got to. That's a great play. That's just a great play, though. I like the play.
3rd and 10. That might have gone for 6. Aguilera's
Same
going to go
play.
again over the middle.
He dropped it.
Oh, he's hammered after dropping it.
Oh, come on
Went through
now.
Barrett's hands. This could be targeting, Bobby. Nowadays, it's probably a penalty. 30 years ago, it was probably not. But that's the way the game is, and he took a shot, as we may see on the replay. Boy, there's some tempers going on out there right now after that shot. But you know what? It was all part of the play.
I mean, I didn't see it. Didn't look like he went helmet to helmet or anything, but we didn't see it. Maybe he got hit in the head. It looks like.
We're being told he got hit in the head, and you just can't do that, even though it was a fairly live play. It wasn't a real late hit. But you can't do that nowadays. Bottom line. Whether you believe it or not, you can't do it. And he's going to have a headache probably from it, too. Boy, somebody's just been thrown out. It looks like a coach for North Garland was just thrown out of the game, or the player.
Yeah, it looks like the
Somebody's
coach.
getting tossed.
But I'm not sure why a coach would be going after a player or something like that.
Well, I'm thinking they wanted maybe a targeting call or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's already penalties out there.
Right, so isn't that enough? They already called the hit a penalty.
Well, everybody's got a flag on the field now.
Yeah, I think everybody has thrown their flag. If I had one, I'd throw it. They're telling them just to go to the sideline. We're going to do some sorting out here. We've got an official timeout. Why don't we take one? I get a feeling this may take a while. Let's see the replay, though. I don't think it was a real late hit, but it was high.
Yeah, he doesn't hit him in the head. It
No,
looks
he
like
didn't.
To me. He just goes into the back.
Oh, I didn't see him hit the
lands on
head.
his head, but he gets taken in the shoulder. I mean, that's a legal hit.
Yeah, it's legal 30 years ago and today. But with the way they're calling it now, I'm not surprised they called it. It was fairly late. I mean, fairly.
I mean, you got to hit that and drive that guy's ball out of his hands.
I'm the first one to play old man disease, and when I see something that was legal 30 years ago, I usually point it out, and I think that was questionable at best.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that it definitely wasn't intending in any kind of intentional targeting.
Oh, no.
Going to the helmet.
Whether it was a little bit late,
you got to drive that ball.
Yeah.
You know, if he's trying to catch it or not. So I'm not sure what the guys are seeing down there and going after the players.
I think he took a couple of steps, and they're going to say it was unnecessary. I think that's what they're saying. But no intention, and I think you just mark off 15. I think that's what they're calling. But who knows? You know, everything that's happened since then, the throwing of an individual or two out of the game, they're still sorting it out. This is, you could serve tea at this point. Let's take a break. 6:13 third quarter, 21-0 Naaman Forest on GRS TV. And the officials are still talking.
Yeah, it's taking them a while to sort this one out.
I could have sold coffee and made money out of this. I told you it was going to take a while. Well, look at all that happened. We got 3 or 4 different penalties, and now the referee's going to explain it to both sides. Nat Maxon, the referee, going over to the Naaman Forest, Marvin Sedberry.
It took 5 minutes just to pick up all the laundry out there.
We've had an ejection, at least one. We've got a defensive penalty, probably a dead ball, late hit.
I'm wondering if they're going to be throwing the coach out. He's the one that went out there and looked like he was.
Yeah, I think there's one coach, maybe an assistant, not Joe Castillo, I don't think. Being a dead ball, it would be, and they're marking off that 15-yarder right now from the line of scrimmage after the play was over. That's a dead ball penalty because the ball had passed the receiver. There's your 15-yard walk off to the 23. Now they're going to go back the other way.
Another 15 back to where it started.
Because North Garland got a player or a coach thrown out, so I think you get 15 for that.
Yep.
So they've marked them, but now they're going to go another 15. So I think 2 people have been thrown out for North Garland.
Or at least have some type of personal foul.
Hopefully that's all the walking they're going to do. The umpire has done it all right there.
Here it comes again.
Uh-oh, this is Clifford Peacock. Yeah, you could have just, I guess they want to show what all the penalties are, but you could have just made this one walk with a little math in your head.
Back to the line of scrimmage. That's like one of those reverses. You know, you take a reverse and then you get misdirected and run back to the other side and run back to the other side,
yeah.
and you get tackled at the line of scrimmage, but they ran 40 yards.
You know what? It is a first down, and it was 3rd and 10. So they got a first down out of that 15-yard dead ball. And then all the other stuff came after that. So they do get a first down out of this, Bobby. That was a 3rd down pass incompletion. It would have been 4th down. So one positive came out of this for North Garland.
They did come back with the same exact play that opened up the first time, and it worked again the second time. It's a great design play.
Bobby, it's not easy to gain no yards and get a first down. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that referee walked about 600 yards.
And they're still talking. I wonder if we take another break. Hear about some more of our schools? No, we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, I don't know. They just, I think now you got to go ahead and make your decision, whatever it is, and get the game going again. I mean,
yeah, I mean they've marked it all off, so I guess the North Garland deserves an explanation. It's an assistant coach. We got no signal from the referee as far as people being ejected and that sort of thing, but we did get the signal as it happened, and there was at least one ejection of a coach or player or both.
And through all of this, we have to mention, you know, there was a player that kind of came down on his head on the turf, and
yeah, he was holding his head as he came off.
Kind of acted dizzy, so we hope he's okay, concussion or whatever.
And that was
maybe
Cameron
not,
Barrett, by the way, the player. Here we go.
Personal foul, targeting on the defense.
Let's see that.
It's been bad.
Still having problems with his microphone, but the signals tell it all.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Disqualification.
So one of those unsportsmanlike conducts
Automatic
was
first down
for us, Bobby. Again, it all resulted in a no-yard result and a 1st and 10 for North Garland.
And it sounded like there was a disqualification, but I don't know what the number was or who got disqualified on either team. But it looked like there was one on Naaman Forest, and then there was one on the Raiders. But I just don't know. I couldn't tell, you know, the number or who it was.
I don't even know if he gave it or not. Unfortunately, the microphone was not working on the referee. Oh, I mean, as far as telling us what it was. He's had to shorten his microphone all night long. I see Joe Castillo, the North Garland head coach, so he was not ejected. If you're supposed to leave the field, Joe is still down there in a red shirt with a headset on. So I have a feeling it was an assistant. And we're still talking.
And it does look like they have taken Cameron Barrett's helmet away, so that he can't sneak back in the game.
Yeah, that's the receiver who was hit that led to all this when he was hit from behind. Boy, do you see targeting on that?
Yeah, here's the coach that's getting taken out right now. It looks like they're going to be. He just threw his headset on the turf.
He's getting a hand from the crowd, the assistant coach.
He's taking up for his players, but still, you can't go out on the field and do that sort of thing.
When we get back to play, which we hope is soon, 1st and 10 North Garland at the Naaman Forest 38 after all that. Again, the result of all this, it did give North Garland a 1st and 10 when it would have been 4th and 10 without the penalties. So somebody benefited from that, and it's the North Garland offense. Trailing 21-0, we're almost to the halfway mark, 6-13, third quarter. Four-man front threatening the blitz. Here it comes, but they get it off quickly on the pass to Taylor. Gets a couple of blocks and finds his way to the 30 of Naaman Forest, and that's a quick 8 on first down for Trey Taylor.
Again, same play, but different options for the quarterback to make the play to. And
did the perfect call on because they were blitzing from the defensive left, and he threw it to his left, away from the blitz. 2nd and 2. Sometimes you just have the right play call.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing that little swing, making a linebacker go to him, and when the linebacker goes to your running back on the swing, it opens up the middle of the field.
The swing screen has been their most effective play, really,
Absolutely.
Bobby. It's worked every time tonight. Simple little dive to the fullback is stacked up after a short gain.
It looks like they're going to get the first down there, though.
Jason Iemi has been making a lot of tackles from his right defensive end. He was a part of that one as well as Bose. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Only needed 2, and he got 3. 3 receivers. They do a lot of this 3-receiver set to the short side, which is the left.
Yeah, which is, well, because they use their running back out there.
Ellis on the little end around, almost hitting the backfield, but he surges forward, gets a little bit out of nothing.
Yeah, it looks like they go left. Now, we got Laundry on the field again, so I'm not sure if the offense left early. Got a procedure call.
Offside defense.
Ah, there you go.
And North will take this after the no gain. So they'll move it to the 22 and have a 1st and 5.
Before the play, defense lining up off sides. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Okay, so they didn't jump. They're kind of leaning over the ball.
It's funny he said before the play. It's got to be during the play or it's not offside. Think about that a minute. 3-receiver set now to the wide side, which is the right. Let's see what Aguilera will do here. He's got Taylor to his left in the backfield. Gonna look right. Now looks back to his left. He's gonna keep it and runs it right into Bose. Nope, that's not Bose. That is Negron. Durham Negron with the stop. They're gonna give him forward progress to the 25. That's a loss on the play, though.
Looks like he had some room to run, and if you're going to break it out, Aguilar, you're going to have to break it out a little farther to the left because Bose is sitting in the middle and he's covered up, but he just kind of runs right where he was standing.
John doesn't run it much. As you could probably tell, he had 11 carries for 14 yards coming into this game. 2nd and 7 North Garland trying to get on the scoreboard down 21-0. 4-man front, time to throw.
Got him.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Jason.
Woo! What a pass.
Perfect pass.
Beautiful. Down the sideline, just a straight streak.
Separated at the last second from the defender and scored.
Looked like the defender got his head turned around like he was going to pick it off for a second, but it just went right over his hand. Perfect concentration to just watch that ball all the way in. And Looper pulls it down for the TD.
3-minute, 42-second drive, 10 plays, 52 yards. And North Garland cuts into that Naaman Forest lead. Going to go for the extra point, it appears.
So really, you know, we've had some great defensive stands by North Garland, and now they're on the board, and they've pulled it within 14.
And the kick is good. As they get the 7th point, timeout on the field, 3:58, third quarter. North Garland starting to make it interesting now. Naaman Forest 21, North Garland 7 here on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George, and that's Jason Looper, who just caught the 25-yard touchdown pass from John Aguilera to get North Garland within 21-7. And now the Raiders will kick off.
You know, that's what we expected when we came into this game, is seeing a lot of passes out there to Looper and making it interesting in the passing game. But we haven't seen that in the first half, and all of a sudden this third quarter comes around, and they start throwing the ball all around the field, and good things is happening for them.
Jordan Flores covers the squib kickoff, and North Garland
made them pay for that turnover.
Out that fumble. Absolutely. Now Naaman's going to have to start at their own 18-yard line, some of their worst field position of the night. In fact,
2 possessions in a row.
It is their worst of the night.
They've come out and they threw the interception on the 5-yard line with 15 seconds left on the clock to end the second quarter. And then their first possession here in the third, they had a turnover, a fumble there, and North Garland made them pay.
You would swear they were going to lose 80-0 in the first quarter. Gave up 21 points. There's a handoff, a little slant up the middle, and powering his way for a few yards is Le'Meal Adams.
Yeah, outside of that first quarter, Naaman Forest, the Rangers, they have just really slowed down on offense and haven't been able to do much anything.
You know, that was a slight exaggeration, but they were on pace for 84 points, leading 21-0 in the first quarter.
And it looked like they were going to.
I mean, it was total domination, and then all of a sudden North Garland's defense has put the stops on, and they finally converted offensively. And now they're trying to get good field position one more time. Remember, they started at the 48 with their last possession. And Naaman's having to start at their own 18 here with a 2nd and 6. Toss James, he'll cut it up, runs into a defender and is down for nothing. And that was Mr. Videz one more time. Boy,
and
he
look
is
at the
leading
attitude.
These Raiders in tackles. Carlos Videz, they got all the momentum in the world, Bobby.
You see the attitude now? It
Absolutely.
looks like all of them are flying to the ball now. They feel like they can win it. Watch, 1, here comes another, 2, here's 3, 4, 5, 6 guys jumping on top of there. You've changed. It's changed because in the first half, it was like, well, one guy tackled them and everybody was kind of standing around. It's not happening now.
Big play right here for both teams on 3rd and 3. Naaman would have to punt it if they can't get it. 2.5 minutes, clock running, third quarter. This game could be a changing.
This is where they like to do that underneath handoff.
Gutierrez, play action, roll left. Has some time, turns, fires over
Oh,
the
my
middle,
goodness.
caught. It was a wounded duck, but coming down with it was Jalen Dickerson for a huge Naaman Forest first down. It looked like it might be picked off.
That's exactly right. I mean, they played the defense perfectly. The ball just went a foot over the defender's head and landed perfectly in that little zone.
And Naaman runs another play quickly. It's almost like if in the NFL they'd be trying to beat the replay. As they ran up to the line and quickly ran a second play. Tyreek James, though, got nothing on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Now they'll huddle up and run a 2nd and 10 play under 2 minutes.
Again, look at all the defenders there.
We got a timeout. And Naaman Forest is going to take it. We'll take one, too. 141. Do you have a point you want to make real quick?
Field, taken by
I'm
Naaman.
good.
Well, you can make
We'll
it
get
when we
it on
come
the
back.
end. Yep.
141, third quarter, 21-7. Naaman Forest over North Garland on GRS TV. Naaman Forest with a 2nd and 10, late first quarter, leading 21-7. North Garland trying to hold for the 5th straight possession. A little
There it is, that
around
underneath.
to the wing.
Yep.
Lee's got a first down. They'll finally chase him down at the North Garland 41, but that is a gain of 17.
That play is so dangerous because you start thinking they're going to do that sweep right or whatever, and Gutierrez fakes it so well. He fakes like he's going to pitch it, and he hides the ball, and then he just hands it off underneath with that wingback coming back the other way.
Yeah, it worked well the last time they ran it too.
Yeah, your defensive end really has to stay home for that.
Tight formation, the power to the short side left. James takes a handoff, nothing doing.
Boom!
As he ran into Ibanama, who was in the backfield. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. You'll see number one here.
Boom.
There's your tackle by Ibanama.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of guys. They've got 9 or 10 guys sitting in the box. So it's very difficult to run on that defense. And so that's why you have to run these little trick plays with that little underneath handoff to the wing back and all that sort of thing, just to get these guys to be moving.
Part of their success, I've been noticing all night, they run that play clock way down before every snap. So it just helps with their possession time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep the ball out of the other offense's hands. James looks for a little opening and finds one to the 37, but it's going to set up a 3rd and 6 on the 4-yard gain. And that might be the final play. I mean, they're taking 30 seconds between every snap. Let's see, we got a difference. That could be the final play if Naaman wants to make it the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like it's a half a second off. And that's what they're going to do. It doesn't look like they're going to take a snap.
That's their style. We want to get every second counted before we take another snap, and they're going to be able to run a full 30 off the clock here and go to the 4th quarter. At least that's what it's looking like. We're down to 6.
We've seen them do both. They went up there and run a real quick offense where they're taking a snap before 5 seconds runs off the clock.
We'll go to the 4th quarter. Undefeated Naaman Forest 21, 1 win on the season, North Garland 7. It's been a good one tonight for Williams. Back with the 4th in a moment on GRS TV.
Rangers 21.
Scott Powell, Bobby George, part of the Naaman Forest crowd tonight here at Williams Stadium. It's been a good one. It was 21-0. It started out like a blowout for Naaman Forest, but they've gone scoreless since the 1st quarter when they led 21-0. And North Garland has inched their way into this one, trailing 21-7. Big 3rd down here for Naaman Forest. 3rd and 6 at the 37 of North Garland.
It looks like the coaches are sitting up here and figured out how to stop them. They've kind of adjusted their defense. Look, they've got 9 guys in the box, and they're playing the outside. So they're just watching everything they do, crowd that box and stop them. And coaches are putting them in position to make plays.
Adams to the 34, a gain of 3, and 4th and 3 coming. Actually a long 2. What do you do here? Do you pooch punt it? Do you go for it?
I think they're going to go for it.
Punt it. Here comes some reserves. They may punt this away, or they're bringing in their short. Yeah, here comes some linemen. I think they're going to load that backfield with a lot of weight.
Yeah, let's see if they can stop that. And you kind of watch them. They might go into this formation and then do something tricky and run outside.
How about throw it?
Yeah.
Lawrence will be in that backfield. Big lineman. Also Isadora, big lineman.
It looks like a rugby scrummage.
Isadora's going to run it.
Outside. Boom.
Outside, which is surprising, but he gets to the edge and gets the 1st down.
I told you,
he is just run it up the middle because they can't tackle him.
Oh, but he's fast, too. He's big and fast. And, I mean, he lowered the shoulder of Boom right here. Watch this.
The shoulder of Boom. I love that.
Oh, my goodness. Just crushed him.
The shoulder of Boom.
Hey,
I love it.
If he's running at you, you might want to get out of his way.
Bobby, I've heard you say a lot of things in the weeks we've worked together. That might be the best statement yet. The shoulder of Boom. I'm never going to forget the shoulder of Boom.
Get out of his way.
1st and 10, Naaman Forest. I'll tell you what, we may look back on that as the key play of this game when it's over. That was a huge 1st down for the Rangers. Toss pitch. Lee nowhere to go. He got to the 25 for just a gain of 2.
Yeah, absolutely no room. They've got 9 guys sitting in the box, and they're just keying off of them. And there's just, you don't have enough guys to block them.
Right now, Naaman Forest just wants tick-tock.
That's what they're doing. They're just milking that clock, and it's a good strategy, especially if you can pick up the first downs.
As long as talk follows tick, they're in good shape. And right now, they are going together. Tick-tock, tick-tock. They're going to run that play clock like they have all night. And now it's really important with a 21-7 lead early in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8. Play clock will be at 5 when Gutierrez
ball out
again.
again.
Almost gave it away, but it was picked up by Stokes, and he got a short gain out of it.
I tell you, these turnovers have really hurt the Rangers. They had one down on the 5-yard line at the second quarter, and now they put one on the ground that turned into a touchdown. And boy, that one right there, that could have been a game changer.
Stokes was living the good life. It bounced right back up into his hands before Alex Garcia made the first hit. I like the group tackling. That we've seen very little one-on-one tackles by North Garland. They have swarmed to the football.
They are swarming. That's exactly right. And that's when momentum changes, when you got guys going after it like that.
3rd and 7 could be 4-down territory. Just a simple dive to the fullback and nothing doing. Plenty of black uniforms on this stop as James got nothing. And leading the way again, Ibanama, one of the tacklers.
Well, this is 4th and long. Now, this isn't your, bring in your heavy package at 4th and 2.
Good
This
point.
is
You
this
gotta
is
earn
4th
this
and 7,
one, right?
man. You've got to do something different here.
You got to earn it, not just put in the weight. Or you could punt it.
Or
looks like they're going to go for it. We'll be under 9 minutes when this snap is taken on 4th and 7. They need inside the 18 of North Garland for the first down. Gutierrez is going to throw it deep.
He's got it. Touchdown.
McCarthy.
Oh!
Looper knocks it away.
Woo, that was good coverage right there, but that ball was a beautiful thrown ball. Gives your receiver a perfect opportunity to go get it. But, man, what a great defensive play right there.
Looper, Jason Looper with the play of the night for North Garland.
Oh, he got his hand right in there at the last second. Beautiful job.
Knocked it away. Beautiful play. Got an injured Raider on the field. Let's take a break. 8:54 fourth quarter. Naaman Forest 21. North Garland hanging in there. They've got 7 here on GRS TV. Giovanni Canales being helped off. He's got a trainer on either side helping him get off the field. He was really hobbled on that play, and it's an official timeout. North Garland is held. They take over 1st and 10 at the 24, down 21-7. Still got some time, 8:54 left. The Raiders have 3 timeouts remaining. They could make this interesting.
Yeah, and I guarantee you they're going to do that same kind of play where they move that running back out in the swing and drop these guys back in those little zones right there. Got him. Oh!
Aguilera's pass, he threw it behind the intended receiver, Matthews, incomplete.
I mean, he was open, too. I don't know if they were trying to – if Aguilera thought he was going to do a stop and set in the zone, but his receiver ran through the zone. Aguilera throws it like it's a stop route.
Yeah. They may not have been on the same page. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the wide side, the right side of the field. Aguilera has Thomas behind him. Now he screams something to Thomas. Throw on the slant, caught. Trying to evade the tackle, but close to the first down is Raphael Ellis, who's had a couple of runs tonight.
Hey, it's a smart play. You got the safety playing that slot receiver, and he's 14 yards off of him. You just go ahead and throw him a little two-step.
Yeah, if
get
you're
the ball
going to give it
to
to him, if you're going to give it to him, why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Third and one.
Naaman has changed their defense. You know, earlier they were playing press coverage all the way, and it didn't give, Aguilera a chance to throw the ball because it threw their timing all off. And now they've went to that two-deep zone, and Aguilera is finding people to throw to. He hasn't completed his passes very much, but they're open.
3rd and 1. Taylor will take the hand, breaks it outside. Did he get it?
Yeah, he
or
definitely
not?
got that.
Yeah, he got a nice mark there.
Yeah.
To the 36 and a fresh set of downs, gain of 3.
First down, North Garland.
Kind of out of the Naaman Forest playbook there. We're just going to try and run over you on 3rd down.
Yeah, Terriata comes up from the corner position, but just a little short there.
Clock continues to run, 7:50 and counting 4th quarter. Here comes the blitz from Bose. Aguilera's going to go
wide
the
open
other way,
over there.
though.
Oh,
Pump fake and finally throws it. By the time after he pump faked, the whole play kind of broke down. Naaman figured where he was going with the ball. He stared down the receiver and threw incomplete. That was Matthews.
I'm not sure what happened over here on the side. There's an injured player.
And a penalty marker near the injured player.
Flag on the play.
Kind of a late flag unless he's having trouble getting it out of his pocket.
Yeah, a receiver.
Head linesman threw the flag. He's going to talk it over with referee Nat Maxon.
Well, it might be the case of real good acting, because it looked to me like the receiver kind of bumped him on the way back to the huddle, and the Ranger fell down on the ground and kind of did a snow angel with pain.
A snow angel.
And then he gets the flag and walks off the field.
This is a dead ball. I think you're right. Yeah, Nat Maxon says personal foul, North Garland. So it was going to be a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and see, now you see the receiver going, what? I didn't even touch him.
Now,
what the heck?
What they could do here, Bobby, if it's after the play, you're going to count the incompletion, go back 15 yards, and make it a 2nd and 25. So it's a loss of down and 15 yards.
What?
Same old short in the referee's mind.
15-yard penalty after the assessment, 3rd down.
Well, that's the most words we've gotten out of Maxim all night, as his microphone worked almost the entire time.
Yeah, Jaden Jones goes over to the sideline and says, Coach, I didn't even hardly do anything. I accidentally bumped into him.
2nd and 25 from the 21. Now, on the incompletion, they will not wind the clock here momentarily. They'll wait for the snap. 7:42 left in our game. Well, the shortage is back. Why not just keep it turned off, Nat? It's not accomplishing much. North Garland needs all the way to their own 46 from the 21. You're going to change the play here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Aguilera looks like he might be ready to go in shotgun. Taylor behind him.
The pistol formation now.
Threatening the blitz. Here comes Bose from the edge.
Oh,
he's going to double team the tackle in the backfield.
I don't know. It looked like Naaman Forest line. They all just stood up.
It was Kamari Dennis who made the major hit. Bose was just there to help clean up.
Yeah, I don't think a lineman actually hit a defensive lineman in that one. They all came straight through without even being touched. It's like you had to try to do that.
Loss of 4, 3rd and 29. They need all the way to the 46 from the 17. And would you punt it away on 4th down in your own territory? They'd have to think about going for it if they can get a little closer.
No, I'm going ahead and punting that thing away.
Well, it is 4th quarter, under the halfway mark.
Throw it.
Aguilera looking. Now he's in trouble, and now he's down. He had a little time initially, looked to his left, and nobody was open. And that is Jason Iemi with another tackle tonight.
Boy, he is having a great night, isn't he?
And Nico Isidore is too, as he was also there. Another 5-yard loss. Make it a 9-yard loss, excuse me.
Yeah, Nico Isadori just comes right through.
In the backfield for the stop.
So they had a
great job. Those guys, the defensive front, man, they've really got some talented players.
Bobby, they had a first down at the 36-yard line. And now it is going to be 4th down and 38. They've gone backwards since getting that first down.
Yeah.
And have to punt it away from the end zone.
Oh,
yeah, it
boy.
looked like off the side of the foot toward the near sideline.
Oh, no.
And it even takes a Naaman Forest balance. Oh, no.
10
You think you're saying, oh, no?
12
I'd
yard
like to hear
net
the North
punt.
Garland sideline right now.
Boy, when things go bad, they go bad in a hurry.
Penalty on the play.
We got a penalty marker way upfield near the first down marker.
Have you
And way away from the play. What in the world could this be?
Have you noticed that every single punt seems like there's a penalty marker?
Yeah, that's a good point. But
every
what
one.
possible penalty could this be? That penalty marker is a good 20, 30 yards from where the punt went out of bounds. It's on the complete opposite side of the field.
Yeah, but
who could have even been running in that part of the field?
Well, they've got gunners going towards it. And
why would they be going down that sideline when the ball was kicked to the right sideline?
Well, they could be holding that the gunner, trying to.
Well, he's 30 yards
During the
from the play. Whoever committed the penalty. Personal foul
on the kicking team.
On the kicking team.
Half the distance. Yeah.
Boy, we've seen a lot of personal fouls.
Yeah, we have. And that one was so far away from the play, it's ridiculous. I don't even know how a player got over there, much less get a personal foul penalty. You see what I mean? How far away from the play that was?
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
I would swear it was somebody on the sideline who committed a personal foul over there.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Players are running down there. They don't know exactly where the ball gets punted.
Well,
that ball got punted off, off the side of his foot at 10
the
yards.
Right, the complete opposite way.
The guy on the other side, he's running to where the guy's supposed to be fielding the ball, and I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. But personal fouls, that's either face mask or somebody got in a tough with each other, kind of wrestled around, grabbed each other. I don't know what they were doing, but I didn't see it. But it wasn't like it was a holding or something like that. It's a personal foul, so something happened over there.
1st and goal at the 10.
We've just seen way too many of them tonight.
Absolutely. Naaman trying to put the frosting on a 21-7 lead here. A touchdown here, and they'd be pretty much over.
Boy, if they would have snapped that ball, he was again wide open over there.
James takes the handoff, breaks one tackle, and fights for a little bit to the 7, a gain of 3.
We got another.
Oh, the flags are just coming in bunches now.
Number 11.
It seems like every play now.
So,
offsides. Defense number 6. After the penalty is marked off.
Yeah, Naaman
still
will
first
just
down.
take the penalty, which is more than the gain, and you keep the same first down, 1st and goal at the 5.
But it's interesting because Jaden Jones was running over there just to get over there to cover him, and they snapped the ball. I don't even know how he ended up getting the penalty because he's running over there just to. Gutierrez could have caught the ball and snapped the ball real quick and thrown it over there. Because nobody was covering. But Jones was trying to just get over there, and he got the penalty.
They're under 5 on the play clock, so they raced to the line of scrimmage and got the play off in
That's
time. James
touchdown.
sweep right. One effort didn't get in. The second effort does. Touchdown, Naaman Forest. Lowered the head and tried a second time and scored.
Took them 3 quarters to get there, and they finally got in. Good blocking up front there. I tell you, Ibanama has been all over the field tonight. Even though he still made that tackle, he scored, but boy, he's just had a heck of a game.
Point after to come from Roque. Be his 4th of the night. It looks good. He gets plenty of distance on his kicks, and this one's also good. 5:20 left in our ball game. New score: Naaman Forest 28. And North Garland 7 on GRS TV. And as we get back to play, Naaman Forest will kick off. It's pretty much over now. 28-7, they lead North Garland. Naaman will improve to 2-0 in district, 6-0 on the season. This will drop North Garland to 0-2 and 1-5. Here's your kickoff. Deep one.
He's got to come out now.
Drove Taylor into the end zone. He brings it out and will not even get to the 20. He's down at the 12-yard line.
You try to make that catch and you muff it, then you have to bring it out, and your momentum's going away from the field of play. It's just a tough one to get back to the 25. Might as well let those go on out of the end zone.
Yeah, he chased it into the end zone to begin with and then had to bring it out. So just let it go, like you said.
Yeah, you get to the 25 and no harm, no foul. Now, you almost have to speed up a little bit. You've got 5 minutes. You've got to score quite a bit of time, so you're going to have to put the ball in the air and take some chances here. Try to get a quick one.
Aguilera's going to go over the middle with it. Oh,
there you go.
A catch. Boy, he almost got leveled after making the catch, but hung on. Here comes a late flag.
Oh, boy.
Something happened here. Either mouthing or some kind of a hit. Our replay may show more.
I mean, there was nothing at that point. There must be some talking going on because
it looked like maybe a little contact. It was hard to tell.
I mean, the play was completely over.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch every single guy out here. It just seems like they keep throwing personal foul penalties.
Yeah,
coaches need to settle these guys down.
What's the total penalties and yardage for both teams? I have a feeling when you get all these big 15-yarders, there's got to be a ton of penalty yardage. Another unsportsmanlike conduct. Why not just turn your microphone off, sir? Hadn't worked all night. What do you got? It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Nine penalties for the Rangers and 8 penalties for the Raiders. So
and the yardage has got to be near 100.
Yeah, 85 each.
Yeah. And how many did we get on that one play, that one situation? 4 of them?
4 of them, but it netted 0 yards.
And yet the penalties all counted at 15 apiece. We had 60 yards at penalties on one situation.
Got him up deep.
Deep pass near side.
Caught it.
Looper. He's going to go the distance. To the 10. Touchdown, Jason Looper. What a night he has had. And that one is 71 yards. What a pass from Aguilera.
Yeah, that's what you needed. You got to get a quick one. And might as well throw it up to your big play-making receiver.
Now you come back with the onside kick, I guess.
Boy, and the defense was there again. Look how close it is.
One play drive, if you can call that a drive.
Hey, Looper keeps his eye on the ball. And both his touchdown on the other side of the field was the same way. The defense was great on him, but he was able to time the ball and keep his eyes on it and concentrate enough to make the grab. Same with this play.
DB was on an island and Looper burned him. PAT to come. Up and good by Vides.
Are you going to onside kick it? What are you going to do here?
I think you've got to, down by 2 touchdowns. Timeout on the field. We'll find out in a moment. 4:55, fourth quarter. Our new score, Naaman Forest 28, North Garland 14, GRS TV. Jason Looper just caught the 71-yard touchdown pass from John Aguilera. North Garland just will not go quietly tonight as they get back within 14 at 28-14. Now, let's see if they try the onside kick here with 4:55 remaining or go deep with it. We got one lone safety for Naaman inside the 10. Everybody else is between the 40 and 50 of Naaman Forest. They're expecting an onside kick.
Dude, I'm just putting it right over the top of all those guys.
Here's your onside.
Oh, wow, here he goes.
He may go.
Whoa. Touchdown, baby.
Preston Jones, 50-yard return. And there might be your final nail in the coffin right there.
Oh, my.
Touchdown, Naaman Forest.
That just goes as a kickoff return.
That's what I say. I think
of that
just
play.
a perfect, just bounced right into him. And then he's off to the races there.
He'll never forget that one.
Never forget that. That's what you're going to tell your grandkids about.
We may have a penalty marker, maybe a celebration. The referee's going to talk to us.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
That is the first.
Against North Garland, which is interesting, it appears.
Yeah, I think that the play I would have done, there was nobody between the 40 all the way back to the 10-yard line, and all you have to do is pooch kick that one right over everybody and then race to the ball. You know, you didn't have to kick that onside kick like that. Wow.
Extra point coming.
I wonder what his range is on his field goals.
Oh, he's clearing it by a good 20-30 yards every
yeah,
time.
I mean, it's almost hitting the
high.
Scoreboard back there.
They're not high, but they're long. There's another one. I mean, he's got to be a pretty good field goal kicker, unless he changes when he goes for 3 instead of 1, and it becomes middle. It is good. 4:47, fourth quarter. Another change in the score. Now it's Naaman Forest 35, North Garland 14 on GRS TV. So you see part of the crowd here on a Thursday night in Garland at Williams Stadium. It's been a pretty vocal gathering tonight, a pretty good crowd for a Thursday night. It's been a pretty good ball game. Here's the kickoff by Naaman Forest, leading 35-14. Fumbled, picked up at the 1. And this is Trey Taylor with a short return out to the 16.
Yeah, that's a tough return right there when you're chasing the ball. The same thing happened the last time. You know, go ahead and let that ball just go on out of bounds there.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to make, I really don't blame him in a way for trying to make something happen. We've had some big plays in the last 5 minutes.
I tell you, I'm going to go to Looper right quick.
Why not?
I'm just going to go ahead and throw it deep.
Go just straight down the sideline, Jason.
See what happens.
Look, he's going to have one-on-one coverage over here against the kid who just returned the kickoff on the onside try. Jones. Preston Jones has the coverage. Now they get a little help from the strong safety.
Going to do it again. Here it goes. He got pushed out of bounds that time, though. Good job.
Yeah, and that's why the official threw his hat to the sideline. That's where he went out.
Yeah.
He got pushed, though, right?
Yeah, that's good coverage right there. Actually, you know, you use as you're running, you use your shoulders.
So even if you get
ride them out,
if you get pushed out, you're not allowed to come back in and make the catch, right?
That's right. Throw it on up there to him. Ride him out with your shoulders. Force him out of bounds.
2nd and 10, 4:35 left. North Garland with 3 timeouts. Gonna hand this one off.
Oh boy.
Trey Taylor, just trying to keep him a little bit honest, trying to break one there. That looks like a different running back.
It's going to be hard to break one right there against big number 74.
It's Emmanuel Wawiki on the carry, and yes, I pronounced that right, I'm pretty sure.
Gain of 2 on the play, 3rd down.
Now, hear him, Lawrence, right there. He's so big. I mean, you got some really good linebackers right behind him. It's going to be hard to break through there.
4-minute mark on this snap. If they'll snap it, here we go. Aguilera firing.
Got him. Oh,
too high. Had an open receiver. It looked like over the middle, but you know what? That was Jaden Jones. It looks like, yeah, he's 6'3", Bobby, and he even overshot Jones.
Yeah, I mean that post route has been there quite a few times.
Yeah,
tonight.
right down the middle.
They've just kind of missed it. No return man. So now we really got to keep our eye on everybody, because every time we see a punt, there's some kind of personal foul happening.
I tell you, they have nothing to lose by faking it, but they kick it anyway. Not a bad kick. Plenty of coverage. Obviously, like you said, nobody back. It'll be caught and downed at the 47. Another penalty? What are you saying? That's what I figured you were saying.
It could have been called. I mean,
hey,
way away
give
from the
them
ball
credit for not calling it.
I mean, the players are scrumming at each other and had to be broke up by other players.
Don't give them any ideas, Bobby.
I mean,
let's go a play without a penalty. What do you say? Now Naaman's going to work the tick-tock play. Stay in bounds and make the clock run here. Now, North Garland does have 3 timeouts left.
Coaches have just got to talk to these players and tell them, hey, you guys need to calm down and play football. And keep your mouth quiet.
1st and 10 at the 47.
And be good sportsmen about this game. There's part of it. It's like boxers, you can talk, but you get to boxing and then you have a little respect for each other after you've went 12 rounds. And these guys need to do the same. They need to become sportsmen about it.
2nd down, Naaman.
A lot of talking, a lot of hitting in the back early. We were seeing a lot of those getting blocked in the back pretty hard, and now people are just they're having a problem with sportsmanlike conduct, and you got to talk about these things as a coach and the coaching staff to your players.
Stokes got 9, 2nd and 1. 5-man front, 2 ends. They're crowding the line of scrimmage.
Oh, good run! Look at him dragging people for the 1st down.
He was dragging number 9, Alex Garcia. Garcia held on for dear life. There's another penalty marker, by the way. It's gotten to the point where I'm looking for one on every play.
Every play. I see he got hit in the back right there. You can see the player get nailed in the back.
Near the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah, I mean, just...
It's almost legal when you're that close to the line of
personal
scrimmage.
foul.
Late hit, number 15 on the offense.
Absolutely.
The line of gain was achieved. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Down.
Just ridiculous. I mean, it needs to stop.
Take it back to the 50 and make it a 1st and 25 after the 1st down.
Now you got 10 penalties on Naaman Forest.
It seems
for
like
100 yards.
Bobby, it seems like 30 for 300 on both teams. Again, they've all been big penalties. How many 5-yard penalties have we seen tonight?
They've been personal fouls. They've been all personal fouls.
I bet we haven't had 7 5-yard penalties tonight. I bet we hadn't had 5.
Very few. There's not been very many holdings. There's not been very many just penalties, normal penalties that go in the game. They've all been personal foul penalties, and it's getting out of hand.
Your average yards per penalty is pretty high for both teams. Timeout, 2:57 left. 35-14 Naaman Forest here on GRS TV. First and 10, Naaman Forest. I thought it'd be a 1st and 25. Dead ball. You go the other way. Handoff. That is Stokes one more time. He's been a busy man for a backup running back, Jalen Stokes.
Well, they've shared the ball a lot. There's a lot of different players have touched the ball for the Rangers.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. We're at 2:33 and counting.
Tyreek Jones is 22 attempts. He's hit 100 yards and a touchdown. The next leading rusher is Lee, 87 yards.
On the little wing-back reverses.
Yeah, seven attempts there for 87.
2nd and 7. That looked like Bose, another backup running back. Jordan Bose getting some work here, gets 2. 3rd down coming as they'll work that play clock again. North Garland with still timeouts. They got 2 left.
So that was Bo's second carry of the night.
2, 3rd down.
They share the ball with a lot of people. Lamell Adams, he's had 5 carries for 24 yards.
Here's a stat for you. Coming into the game, Bobby, 15 different people had carried the ball for Naaman Forest on the season.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. Even Nico Isadori, the big number 73's got 3 carries. Touchdown.
Here comes the blitz, and it paid off. If they can stop him,
Oh,
if they can stop him, and they can't stop him, that's a first down. Just pure effort.
Beautiful run right there.
Jordan Bose, I believe. Yes, sir.
Out near the 40.
He had nothing and got the first down.
Yeah, straight effort right there. Nice job. That's the second time we've just seen him carry people. Strong runner.
They're looking to make sure it's first down.
Yeah, it's definitely first. It's on the yard marker, the 40-yard line.
I don't understand why they moved it to the left before he looked. Further away from the chains, I might add. Made no sense. Now they might run it out. Minute 20. North Garland not using their 2 timeouts. I think we got 3 plays left at this pace.
That's right.
Gutierrez has gone the distance under center. Toss. Stokes cuts it up.
Takes the pitch.
Gets 3 to 4. Bobby, it's been an entertaining 35-14 game.
It's been a lot of fun. You know, all the points really came in that first quarter. It made 21-0, and at that point, from then on, it's been a pretty close game. In fact, North Garland putting up 7 in the third, and then the first 7 in the fourth. You know, so at that point it was 21-14, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got 2 quick touchdowns by the Rangers. One coming off of that onside kick.
Reminder of what's coming up next here on GRS TV after this kneel down by Gutierrez. There's the knee. On October the 12th, a Thursday night from Williams, we'll have Saxey and Garland for you. These are 7 o'clock starts. And then October the 13th, I'm looking forward to this one. We'll see what Naaman Forest is made of. They'll play their toughest opponent of the year. It should be a good ball game. Naaman Forest and Rowlett from Williams Stadium Friday night, October 13th. Both of them are 7 o'clock starts. We'll have them for you right here on GRS TV. Bobby, I've enjoyed it as always. And we'll see you Thursday night.
Yep, absolutely.
Naaman Forest.
Reminder, our final score, 35-14. Naaman Forest over North Garland. Naaman remains undefeated on the year, 6-0, 2-0 in district play. North Garland falls to 1-5 and 0-2. Thanks to our entire GRS TV crew who did a great job tonight, as always. Thanks to Bobby George from Williams Stadium in Garland. I'm Scott Powell. So long, everybody.